And sending stream, receiving content.
Hey!
Howdy ho, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday night live stream with the family. Tool Talk Live every Saturday night. How's everyone doing tonight? Let's do a quick shout out to everyone who's here. We had random things. Chaka's in the house. Russell, Jim, Ronald, bringing on the Bears. Yes, we will. Scorpion Sunday's here. Mr. Handlebar's in the house. D-Diz, George Bonnie, Zaphiel, of course. Even Invetigon. I'll get it. Louis Burmeister's in the house. And, of course, and Daughter Rod. Shut up, Moto. You just can't help yourself, can you?
Hey, Daughter Rod, you're on the other side of Michigan at your parents'. Does that mean Steven's with you, or is he somewhere else this week?
But yeah, we got a favor to ask you. We've been looking at camping trailers.
Oh yes.
I had we found a great one for sale in northern Michigan. If you could just drive it out, that'd be great.
That'd be awesome. Yes.
Oh, YouTube has to get the ad out of the way first. Is it a whole pop-up ad, or is it just the one that's down at the bottom? I'm curious because I almost never catch the beginning of a live stream, unless I'm in the live stream, and I'm not so sure I catch it.
Random Thing says, hello again, my neighbors are being stupid like usual.
Oh, sorry.
Aww.
Chucky Gills.
Hey!
Woo!
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
All right,
Thank you!
And Chaka, first donation of the day, you get, if you want, I found these, so we're going to give away little gift prices. This is it's a wood sticker. It's a bear. It says Montana on it. And you can just peel off the back. You can stick it to anything you want. If you email me your address at red@red-beard.com. In fact, I'll even type it in down here. red@red-beard.com. If you send me your address or a P.O. box or whoever you want it sent to, we will mail that to you. Anyway, how's everyone doing tonight? Brian, how's it going? William, Hiram's in the house. Thanks so much for this live stream. Things are getting really boring. It is raining cats and dogs here. This has been one of the wettest months. I've had all this stuff I wanted to do, all these projects I wanted to do outside the house this year, and
it's raining.
Constantly raining. It's full ad. Oh, full ad. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Hey, Grizz is in the house.
I saw your message. I will read the note first. And I got your postcard.
Inventon says, yeah, even an admittedly garbage tool brand has good uses. And honestly, what I often think is that almost every tool has a good use. You just got to figure out what the use for that tool is. Even if it's just as a paperweight or as
holding the door open.
A loaner for your brother, or that one tool. I often have tools like I'm doing something sketchy and I have a nice tool and I don't want to ruin it. So that's what you get out the cheap, sketchy tools for.
And Lewis says last week YouTube tried a 54-minute ad.
What?
That's real unique.
That's insane. Anyway. Vinny the Mooch says hi from Michigan. No rain in Southern Cal. This is Walt. Jordan. Hey from Alabama. Go Bama.
Sipping whiskey, cleaning my AR-15 and getting rid of listen. Hey Jim.
Hey Jim. So what are your neighbors, random things says his neighbors are being stupid as usual. What are they up to today? Goodrich Knifeworks. Hey, how's it going? Heard another Hercules is gone rant today. Yeah, I've gotten confirmation that I've got the right of it, so I'm not worried about it.
Hey!
Eric! How's it going?
3, 2, 1. Thank you. I think Bella was not so sure about that. She's gotten her duck and she's freaking out. Oh, his neighbor has a subwoofer next to the wall playing Explosions. Nice. Call of Duty.
Oh my gosh.
Or something.
Yeah.
And it's going on for the past 3 hours.
Oh, jeez.
And where are you? Is this before like 10 o'clock when you can call someone or not call someone? Or is it after and you can...
Come here, Belle. You want to say hi? Come on.
You want to say hi? Okay. Yeah.
Come here. Come here. Say hi. Look. Say hi. Over here. Oh. Oh. Almost got you.
Dad tried to kill me. Oh, good.
You tried to kill us all today, so.
We're not going to talk about that.
Hiram. Exactly. It sounds. It's that specialist.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh.
Again, brought to you by Brad's
Brad's
Workbench. Loving it.
Hold on. Matt says that the YouTube's trying unskippable ads now. Vegas from Florida. Vegas Vince in the house. Gotta hit that cowbell. Even a bent screwdriver is still good as a campaign opener. There's always a good thing. Yeah, there's always a use for them. Using a 16 open end wrench to pry open a pool filter housing. There you go.
You're fine. Where is your duck? Did you lose it? Go get your duck. It must be somewhere she can't.
So, Bear, with that bell, what's your hearing protection? I've lost, most of my hearing in that ear anyway. So, yeah. Go ahead and read it. I don't know what
Steve says, I got a text for 3 free items. Did you see that? Steve Bobo?
I didn't get the text. I got the email. It's the new one. They got the light switch LED, the magnetic tool dish, and the tarp. I know they've been pulling back hard on the free items. You'll see, and a lot of people haven't noticed this, and there's been comments before like, "Oh, free items are going away." And when I say before, I mean like a year or two ago. They go through waves of having free items and not having free items. When they know it's midsummer, people are doing projects. They don't have to tease you into the store. Come first week of February, you're going to see a catalog where the whole front page is free items. That's what the free items are for, is to get you in store. So that's how they use those. They go away, they come back.
Hi, Ricky. Daughter of Ross, says Ricky says hi.
Hey, Rick.
Oh my gosh.
That's not trains this time.
Yep, that's just thunder and lightning.
What do I think of Dan Weston 1911s? I love the 1911 format. I like the bobtails better. Mid-sized bobtails probably my favorite, but not as a carry gun. And that's normally what I look at stuff for. Being an ex-CCW instructor, I'm kind of focused on that.
I wish the Predator generators were a free item.
Yeah, no kidding. As long as you don't use a screwdriver as a
I know, I saw
as
that.
a pry bar. I've been guilty of that.
What? Say it isn't so.
Brian picked up the free light switch today. That thing is bright. Do not look at it when you turn it on. Elvis says, "Hey, Red, Harbor Freight will maybe discontinuing Earthquake 12-volt cordless ratchet. Have you heard anything like that? It was a review where the guy had a failure. I don't know about that. I do know that they are real soft on the 12-volt line. Here's my take. Harbor Freight. Go ahead.
Sorry, just to piggyback on that. It says the company wouldn't or couldn't replace it because it was allegedly being discontinued. So that's where the discussion.
I don't know. Honestly, it's they're real weak on the 12. I thought the 12-volt line was questionable considering that there's a 12-volt line there. There's a 12-volt line in Hercules. They have a 12-volt line in the Chicago Electric. They have too many battery lines. Let's be honest. And considering there's only 2-3 tools, maybe I think 2 tools on the 12-volt line for the whatchamacallit, the Earthquake. Mm-hmm. I hate to say it, but that might be true. Robert Envoy, go on. Okay. Cowbell incoming. 3, 2, 1.
And that was from Robert contributing for the Bears hearing aids.
What?
That's right. You just say, uh-huh, honey, that's right. You're pretty.
I'm going to get you, Brad. All right. Hey, by the way, everyone, you see down here on Ronald Smith's comment, if you look down here in that section over there, there, down there. That's where the comments are. And if you see this one down here, right in there, see how it says at the Den of Tools and it's all orange? If you type at the Den of Tools, or I think even if you type the Den of Tools, it'll pop up orange on my screen. And you can see if you're doing it right by just looking down there to see if it pops up, because this is a live chat. And in fact, I should need to switch it to live chat. It's that top chat. There we go. Live chat. And the benefit of doing that is we know you're talking to us rather than you talking to one of the other guys or gals in the chat room. And that's a way, I should say, the number one way to get us to read your comment, I should say, is, of course, with super chats. Supporting the channel, you go front of the line. Next way to do it is putting at the Den of Tools. And I try to read them all, but things will get going fast and furious. You see how many comments we have already. It's not possible for me to read through all of them and actually answer them as well. So make sure you put it in there to make sure that. And the other thing I ask is, if you've gotten a comment in and I've answered it and we respond to it, give some other people some time to make some comments, to give them a chance. We had some people last week who were just hammering the chat, and it was like, there's other people here that want to ask questions too, and I can't answer everybody if that's what's going on. All right.
Ronald Smith, I totally understand about not finding postcards. So yes, send us anything. We will love it. But we are not postcard snobs. But if you send us something, we will definitely send us a
3x5 card. Well, yeah. We'll send you back a postcard.
Absolutely.
So, real quick with you is, will DeWalt and Craftsman batteries cross over? No, they will not. Mike from Redfield, New York.
Hello.
Anyway, are they doing away with the 4x8 utility trader? They don't have one in my area. I have not heard about that, but I know they're making some changes to the trailers. We'll see. Wolfie says, good evening to Mr. and Mrs. Red, Cubs in the cave, and the Labradog too. Yep. Aw, thank you. Those lights are not bright. I don't think so. I went to Olights and got myself some killer lights. Seem pretty bright to me. And I've done a lot of stuff with LEDs. I played around with them. They seem, maybe the one you were playing with didn't have good batteries in it. The Ronald Smith says, Miss Bear, I can't believe in the area I live in tiny Orlando, I cannot find any posts. Oh, that's one you just read.
That's okay.
My bad.
Jim E. said, next time you go to Livingston, that you will buy us a cup of coffee or a Red Bull. We would love that.
Oh, yeah.
One of our favorite places. Do not get the children Red Bull, unless you plan on taking them with you. And in that case, good luck. Jim E. So the next time you are here, definitely. Are you close by? Where are you? But yes, we would love that. And RX Coffee is one of our favorite places. I'm rambling. But yes, we would love that.
Charles McBride says, I'd like a 9mm in 1911, or 1911 9mm basically, to save ammo. For Target stuff, I believe that there's a bunch of companies that make the slide and all the mechanics in the slide in 22 for most. They'll fit almost any 1911. It's a great way for doing target practice kind of stuff.
Mo Chevy's Music says, does Harbor Freight issue recalls for electrical tools that might have safety defects?
Yes, they do. In fact, if you go into a Harbor Freight and you go over near where the manager's office is, there's always a bulletin board. They have all the recalls on there. And if you go to the website, they have a whole section of recalls there. I don't remember what part it's in, but if you go down to the bottom of the website, usually there's a link to it. Bauer Jet Fab Blower, Compact Workshop Blower, looking to clean garage driveway. I've got the Bauer one. I thought it was more than decent. I was planning to do some more tests, but right now I'd just be blowing water around.
Hey, Elle. Daughter Ross says hi.
Can you think of one reason to go with 12-volt Earthquake versus M12 batteries? No. Right now I can't, because with as limited as the line is, and as wide as the line is on the 12-volt stuff from Milwaukee, and the only reason I would go with it is if, there's no, there's none. Sorry, Harbor Freight.
Walt Lars and interesting. He did it without the @ symbol.
Yes.
Invetigon, if there's a better way to say
like
that.
Like this, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Matt wants to know if we are moved in or still commuting back and forth.
So we are in Montana. We try to spend our summers or as much of our summer up here in Montana, and we moved out of our place in Vegas at the end of May.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because the landlady was selling the place. She'd gotten on in age, didn't want to be a landlady anymore. And on top of it, the housing market there is it's at the top of a bubble. It can't go much higher. In fact, it's actually pulled back about 5%. So she's a pretty smart lady. She's like, this is the time to sell. So she's selling the house. So actually, that's what we've been doing most of this week is looking for places in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe doing the camper thing as a backup. And that said, we've done the whole thing. We're living out of an RV before, and it's not bad. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't want to invest in Vegas, and I'm sorry if that hurts. Vince, I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings. Teasing. But we like Vegas well enough, but the reason we're there is a compromise between family stuff that's going on. You don't want to hear the whole 9 yards. But basically, we have to be there for the kids to go to school there. And so we're still tied to Vegas for as long as the kids are in school. But I don't want to invest in Vegas. And right now, the housing prices are really high, and the rental prices are really high. And, we were talking to a guy, and there's so many scams out there. It's so sketchy as well. We're talking to a guy today who's just a straight up scam artist, and it was a joke. We're just sitting there laughing at him. He's doing anything you can to try and get your Social Security number.
Yeah. And a lot of people are really desperate. And so when people are desperate and the housing market is the way it is, people
will take advantage of that.
They take advantage of it, and then people are unsuspecting victims. So that's really sad too.
So anyway, as I said, we're thinking about doing the alternative living and then investing in more. We're actually looking for property up here because we have a house on the edge of town up here, but we'd like more land. And we like Montana.
Mountain bike trail.
Yes. Can you tell that someone's a little excited about mountain bikes?
The Cubs, both the boys got mountain bikes for their birthday and have become obsessed with mountain biking.
Well, and our oldest just turned 13, so
yes,
we now have a teenager. So pray for us now. Pray.
All right, let's catch up with the comments real quick. Hello from the Bronx.
Jim E says, you know what sucks? Putting in 3 alternators, I'm assuming, in a month and a half. 3 alternators in your own car or someone else's? Oh, my God.
The favorite child.
Nice.
That's for sure.
Oh,
I have 6 Cummings.
3, 2, 1.
I'm so close to the mic. You do it over there somewhere. Like the other room would be nice. I was supposed to pick up my POF piece. Oh, that's right. But the address change sticker on my driver's license fell off, so I have to wait till...
No.
Oh, that is a bummer.
Bummer, dude.
Test number 3. That worked, Walt.
Oh, wait.
I'm a Glock man myself, John says. I'm not a huge fan of Glocks for 2 reasons. A, I think they're overpriced. And I know for a fact that they're overpriced. They actually would plan to sell them for less, and then they bumped up the price because they were trying to... They had cornered the polymer market, and they set themselves up as a premium brand. But the fact of the matter is a polymer pistol doesn't need to cost that much. And then I was never a fan of the finger bumps or whatever. I mean, I got big paws, and they never fit right. The new ones aren't terrible. And I'm actually thinking about doing ones with the 80% lower and building myself, and then just using the slide and stuff for my Glock. So anyway, could you please tell me of a company that repairs or rebuilds cordless tools and batteries? Thank you. Those are usually local shops. You're not likely to find a large company that does that, but if you do some searching in your area, there's quite often small local companies that will do that kind of stuff. The problem is, especially with the batteries, is that shipping lithium-ion batteries can be a real pain in the posterior. Hold on. Handlebar up here says, my Harbor Freight has an 8-gallon McGraw in the open box now, and I'm broke. Oh. I'm really sorry about that. That's awesome. I think he was just talking about wanting to get something like that, too. Oh,
Zapfield, that's so sweet.
What did he say?
It says thumbs up if you like it at
Aw,
Brian.
thank
Charles McBride. Yeah. The list goes on.
Oh, Joe says I was going to wait to comment on the video till the live chat. I recently returned my Bauer hex drive, and the new mold is different. Yeah, in fact, I think they changed the Bauer stuff first. But my understanding is that they're doing some retooling on the Hercules stuff. It shouldn't change anything of the internals. It's just to basically give them. I honestly, what I think is that they're trying to separate themselves from being this kind of just clone company with like, oh, we cloned a DeWalt, we cloned Milwaukee, we cloned this. And the Hercules, they're trying to set up as their premium brand, and it needs to stand on its own. And so they're trying to come up with an image that's all theirs. Although I did think it was hilarious, the guy who, in my comments on Reddit, who said that it was too close to Makita. I'm like, exactly what color are you going to go with then? Because every other color in the tool spectrum is taken. The Ruger 2245 is great for training for 1911. It's
Ooh, lightning.
That's the one. It doesn't really have a 1911 action though. It's got a 1911 style grip, and cleaning those things is talk about a pain in the posterior. I hate cleaning Ruger 22 pistols.
Alexander Black says, notice that here in Texas, most of the Harbor Freight stores are set up different by what they have in stock, and what they have in stock has to do with supply and demand. Basically, it sounds like you think that they're set up differently than other Harbor Freights you've been in. What I found is the newer ones are set up differently than the older ones, because the newer ones have a minimum floor plan size that they go with, and the old ones were just wedged into whatever they could find at the time. It was cheap. So, did I answer the question? I think so.
Okay.
Let us know if we didn't. Andrew Nelson says, which brands have good hammer drills?
The hammer drills. So now this is an impact drills, or this is the step up from that. As far as hammer drills, the Bauer stuff has, if you're looking for corded, Bauer has some really great corded stuff. Who was it? I just had this on the tip of my tongue. For cordless, Rigid has some great stuff. And I don't often recommend Rigid. Milwaukee has some great top line stuff, and so does Makita. But I'll be honest, when it comes to hammer drills, I would recommend going corded. And if I was going to go corded, I'd get a corded Makita. So anyway, may be a little retro in that, because when I started off in the trades, I used Makita a lot, and they're kind of my go-to for if I'm buying a new corded serious heavy duty tool. Which I don't often have to do these too much anymore because I have so much old tools. Thanks, Zafio. It looks sharper, like cleaner edges, like Joey. Still waiting on the 4 amp hour batteries to roll. Yeah, tell me about it. I don't have one of the Bauer batteries here, but if you look at that battery pack on that Bauer, the thing's this big and it's 3 amps. So it's either filled with a bunch of less expensive batteries, or there's a lot of extra space in there. Anyway, I'd like to see them really use up that space. Is there a release date for the Hercules Sawzall and Circ Saw? I think it's going to be either late August or early September. And that's just kind of speculation on some of the stuff I know and I've heard, but I don't have an exact date. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff is getting pushed back because with the Hercules line now, this is something that's new, and I haven't told you guys, is that a lot of the other stuff at Harbor Freight gets CE rated. And that's where they self-certify. There's standards they have to meet, and they say they've tested and self-certified to those standards. But for the Hercules stuff, because they're approaching that professional market, to get on like government work sites and stuff like that, they have to be UL rated. And UL just changed a bunch of ratings and a bunch of requirements for those ratings. And all the new Hercules stuff, as I understand it, I believe all the new Herc stuff is going to be UL rated. And that's why there's that dust port add-on on the Cirque Saw. X-Lab says he bought the green Daytona for $120, and Leia gave me new coupons for the August parking lot sale. Shows it $99. Is that the cheapest you think it will go? What is the lowest the Daytona goes for? You know, I gotta admit, that's not one I've tracked. The lower end Daytonas. I would definitely go over to Harbor Freight coupon database, enter the model number over there, and you can see a history over the past year or two. What, lightning?
Yep.
Yeah, you can't even see the mountain. That's why we don't have we had the webcam going last time so you could see across to the mountain and stuff. We're not doing it this time. But anyway, yeah, go over to Harbor Freight coupon database and you can see a history and it'll give you a good idea what the lowest price was in the past year or two. Dave's asked, I went to Harbor Freight the other day and saw the new line of U.S. General magnetic sockets, magnetic socket holders. I heard about them. I haven't seen them yet.
Sorry.
What?
I got lost. I couldn't figure out where you were.
Oh, right here. I want to check them out because I'm actually looking for some socket holders. And
Daphiel says that they like the Ryobi hammer drills because they're cheap and they work and the batteries haven't changed in forever.
That's true. What brands have a great cordless hammer drill? As I said, the probably Rigid and Makita. Not Makita.
Yeah.
Well, Makita's decent, but probably Rigid and Milwaukee.
Long Island Paintball says, too many scammers on Craigslist.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
That is so true. Paul, hang on.
Oh.
Whoop. Where did we go?
We jumped.
Paul said, oh, no. Here. Said, hi, Mr. and Mrs. Bear, or Mr. and Mrs. Red. My girl is a first-time watcher, a.k.a. Dora, we have a question.
Dora.
What is the postcard challenge? So if you send us a postcard, we will send you one back.
Basically, if you send us anything, we'll send you a postcard from Montana.
Yeah, I love sending postcards. And so it's just been really fun. We've gotten postcards from everywhere, so yeah.
How's the weather in Montana? It's been, first it was cold, then it was cold and wet, and then for like 2 days it shot up into the 80s and low 90s. We went to Butte for the day, and it was in the 90s. It was a beautiful day.
I thought I was gonna die.
And then somebody posted on the Livingston Facebook page that it dropped from 90 to 55, like it just saw a state trooper, and now it's in the high 50s, low 60s, with massive thunderstorm and rain coming through about once an hour.
And it's very humid compared
It's
to...
very humid in here.
Really humid. That's why I was fanning myself.
And we don't have air conditioning.
Yeah.
Hi, Foxy.
I watched a guy try to drill 2 holes with a Black & Decker cordless drill and failed miserably. It couldn't hold on to the drill bit and didn't have the juice. Oh, he walked away.
Oh, that's sad.
And Paul St. Marie says, I thought Vegas housing market was still in collapse.
Nope.
No.
Booming.
It's booming, and people are ridiculous. Like, people seriously think that their houses are
made out of gold, yeah.
And I'm like, you realize it's a house. And no one has any yards in Vegas. Like, everyone's, like, right next to their neighbor, and their backyard is, like, the size of my phone. It doesn't have any grass in it. And anyways, so hang on. Paul, sorry. 3, 2, 1.
You're just too close.
Just means you're too old.
Yeah, kill the microphone.
Whatever. Anyways, sorry. Apparently we were getting buffering. Some people's streams are buffering.
Yeah. Oh, it might be us because our internet connection is a directional Wi-Fi signal from the top of the house up to the top of the mountain, and then because they have one signal tower on top of that because we're in a big valley here, and so they just put it up there and everyone just points at that. Darren asks, you should live in the middle of Utah. It's great. Well, we're planning to stop in Ogden on the way back, so.
Is that where we stopped on the way up?
Yep.
Or did I stop somewhere else?
You stopped and knocked it.
Okay. I don't know where I stopped, so I'm directionally challenged. I could have stopped in my backyard. I wouldn't know.
Get the Cubs electric motor mountain bikes, and you'll never see them.
That's true.
Woo! E-bikes, awesome.
Yes.
They
No,
also cost
they-
$1,000.
they're kids. They have all the motor in them that they need.
Yeah.
Now me, I could probably use like a 4 or 550.
Give the kids a set of wrenches and sockets, a set of Allen keys, and a pair of pliers, and they can fix basically anything on the bikes.
Yep.
That is very true.
In fact, the oldest cub went and bought his own. Where is it, Doug?
Yes.
What, helmet?
No, your tool.
Oh, here you go.
It's in his pocket, folks. That's
Yeah,
why
can't
it's
lose
not
that.
right here. I think he slept with it last night.
It's a nice park tool.
Yes.
Can you get it? Are you
Yeah,
alright?
my pocket's
You can read the
deep.
comments.
Dad,
I'm working on it. Anyways, so he's getting it out.
Come on,
Do
read.
you use
Read.
tool organizers in your toolbox for wrenches and sockets? Do you use the tool organizers in there?
No, I don't. Not for my wrenches. I don't have enough wrenches to really require that, considering how much tool drawer space I have. And the sockets, I do need one, and I've been looking for one. So this is what he got. How much did you pay for this?
Duncan.
what? Oh, $18.
Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed to say this. This is why. So he went down to the bike shop on his own.
The
Hey,
nice
he-
ones are like 50.
He bought this. This is a bike Allen key set. I will say this. It is pretty nice. It's got a anodized aluminum bar in the center, and it has all the sizes that you're going to need. Plus, it's got a flathead. It's got a Phillips, and everything you're going to need for standard bike sizes. And he paid $18 for it. It is really good. It's really well made. I'll give him that much.
And it's blue.
It is blue.
And he did spend his own
His
birthday
own
money
birthday
on
money.
that. He also spent it on getting a new helmet.
Yes.
So
A water
I was
carrier.
a
water
water bottle. I don't know what a water carrier is.
The part that straps it, connects it to the bike, and they give him that for free.
The water carrier?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was nice. And he got some gloves and some other things. So he's very excited. He's 13. Yes. So, yes. And he's very excited about biking. All the kids are.
Dick Tickle says used Glocks on Gunbroker are $360 and work just like new ones. You know, actually, A, you're right. B, there is a gun show up in Bozeman tomorrow, and the missus has plans, so I'm gonna
So
skedaddle.
I'm just saying, spies, send me pictures if you see him there.
That reminds me, I need the credit card.
That reminds me, I'm keeping his wallet. Why buy a gun when you can use long swords? After all, if someone pulled a long sword on you and you were robbing a house, wouldn't you run?
Oh, I don't have it here, but normally, like back in Vegas, I've got a Warhammer I keep next to the bed. It's, so you can gauge your. I've got that, and I also have a gun with a quick access lock. So, basically, you can have both. Hold on, real quick. Somebody asked why the bear isn't smoking anymore. It's, she reminded me that we're trying to be. It's not a PC thing. It's a family friendly kind of thing. I grew up a lot of places, but mostly in Iowa. My family's all originally from Iowa, and it's just an Iowa sensibility kind of thing. You wouldn't smoke in front of the kids. It was just, this kind of thing. Like the guys might sit out on the back porch and have a smoke or something, but you wouldn't do it in front of the kids. In fact, you wouldn't do it in front of the women. It's just where I'm from. And she reminded me of this scandalous heck, where I'm from, a woman who smoked and walked would be considered a hussy. So.
Yes. So don't be walking and smoking, ladies.
Yeah. So anyway,
Or do, if that's your thing.
and don't be smoking at all. Period. And so anyway, that's why we took it off. And Walt asked 1911 A1 or end frame Smith and Wesson. I got a real thing for 1911s, but the thing is, I'm not an A1 kind of guy. I like the larger beaver tail on it. I like the tactical trigger and hammer on it. So I'm not going to go with a straight A1. As I said, I like the commander size, the mid-size one. Vegas says he did a 80% G19. The grip is a huge improvement over my Glock 19. See, that's exactly what I want to do. And I was thinking about doing a video on it using the Harbor Freight little mini drill press, the $50 or $55 one. See if YouTube will demonetize me.
Oh, are you going to tell them what you picked up yesterday?
What did I pick up yesterday?
At the antique store? Or is that for something else?
That's for something else. We'll see.
Never mind. Never mind. Nothing to see here.
Batteries Plus does a good job of rebuilding battery packs. You know what? I always forget about that place. When it comes to batteries, they have a lot of services that you just don't think about. And that can be a really good place to go. Because, by the way, I should tell everyone, if you think you're going to do it yourself, do not solder lithium-ion batteries.
Just say no.
You can blow them up. And you can also burn them out. You can, the heat...
Or lights.
They use a welding, a double fanged kind of welding unit for it, and it just real quick zaps it and creates the weld. When you solder, you got to put too much heat on there, and it transfers into the battery, and that's when you have a problem. What's the cheapest set of drill bits?
Sorry, guys.
It's the is that a drink?
It's okay.
No, it's empty.
Okay.
It's just a cup.
I just wondered if we had to grab towels or something. Probably the Harbor Freight Warrior, that whole set for under $20 or $10 or something like that. If there's a battery plus in the air, the handle like this,
Yep.
just do that. All right.
Yep.
Grizz, thank you for putting the link for Harbor Freight coupon database.
Yeah, thank you.
Clint, the guy who runs that, he's a good guy. I talk with him every so often. He's helped me out with a bunch of stuff. I try to help him out. And I really like what he's doing over there. And he's legit. He's not trying to scam anyone or anything. So I like that site.
Greystone Gardens. Did you see the Dirt Monkey University video about the Milwaukee factory battery tour explanation?
I did not. Sorry, I'm behind on my YouTube watching, to be entirely honest. It's something about being in Montana and going outside and stuff. In fact, if you can see here in the picture right there, you can see the little cubette pretending that she's driving the UTV. That was the 6-seater Polaris Ranger that we rented for the day. We had a lot of fun with that.
That
Uh-huh.
was awesome.
Did you have a good time?
Did you have super duper fun?
I drove. I didn't get to drive.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't drive.
Never happened. Can't
Nope.
prove it. The Mike, hey there. How about those Harbor Freight mini lays? Are they worth buying? Yeah, they are. I know a lot of guys who use those things. They need some tuning and whatnot. If you watch, who's that one guy? This old Tony. He does a great job of showing how to set up a mini lathe. But I know a lot of guys who are big fans of those things. The Harbor Freight Great Falls was built to suit. I still got to get up there. I know people are telling me to go up and check out the Harbor Freight Great Falls store. My plan is to do it this trip. Just got to find the time to get up there. Bosch also has some really good SDS stuff. They do. I find the Bosch stuff to be a little overpriced, but maybe I'm. You know what? I think it's because I've been so put off by them on their higher end tools for so long that I've stopped looking. Maybe they've gotten more competitive.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Joe. Anyway, I missed you guys. Hope the move went well. Life gets in the way sometimes. Yes, it does.
Yep, absolutely.
It does, and we're getting close to having it. We're probably going to head back towards Vegas the first week in August. So our time up here we're on the short side.
I don't want to hear that.
I know. I don't want to think about it.
I literally was talking to Allegra today about the weather because I realized that I'm going to go from lush green rain all the time to hot desert, and I'm just not ready for it.
What was the temperature in Vegas today?
I have no idea. I was looking at the averages for July and August.
Jeez.
I think August it's like 92.
No, it's 90.
Lewis says the Cirque Saw is going to be his Christmas present today. Why are you licking me, dog? Do you need to go outside?
Oh, he's talked to Santa about it already.
Al, can you let the dog outside?
No.
She needs to use the facilities.
She's going to look at the outside and say, never mind, I'll cross my legs. This dog is not one for the wilderness.
No, she's not.
I'll put on my feet.
What brands of quality electrical tools, cutters, strippers? Well, Klein is what I always think of when I think of electrical hand tools. As far as inexpensive version, the Quinn stuff is done fairly well.
You missed one. Invitagon. If you mail us a ridiculously large item to our P.O. box, for example, like a refrigerator box, and inside it you put a single packing peanut, would we be upset, amused, or confused? I would think it's hilarious.
I would.
I would think if you spent that much to send I would hope that you put something else in it. But hey, you know what? To each their own. And if you put a return address, I will send you a postcard. Because that's
not
how I roll.
Not a ridiculously large box.
Not
because she's too frugal for jokes like that.
Yeah, but I think it would be great. I would maybe be sad that I didn't record it. If we get a really large box, record me opening it.
Sorry.
Hey, Brad's workbench.
Brad's in the house.
Hey.
Don't worry, we've already been deaf several times thanks to you tonight. Oh my gosh, it's so humid.
So, John Campbell, I am so sorry that you are in Mississippi and that you are letting yourself be abused by the humidity. I will
the mosquitoes
be loving you
else.
from afar. I don't do heat and humidity well. Yeah.
Louis, I don't have enough wrenches. And I have a lot of wrenches. You know what? The thing is, I have a lot of them in separate storage things because I use them for testing, so I don't want to intermix them. So that also may be part of the other thing.
Aw, Jay says his coworkers make fun of him because he buys used Milwaukee tools from eBay.
Sounds like a great way to do it. In fact, I've been trying to think about doing a video about showing the least expensive way to own high-end power tools. Mountain Handlebar says, is it a park tool? I think he's asking you.
Oh, yeah, it is.
He says it is.
Yeah.
Because he's park all day.
Ronald Smith says, don't you have a bunch of 10mm wrenches?
I have a whole slew of 10mm wrenches.
Now here's the question. Do you actually know where they are currently?
No, because you could have moved them.
No,
did you move
never
them?
There. No.
Then they're right there.
Yes.
Right
he
up
doesn't
there.
mean me. Yes,
No.
the ledge back there. That's right. I saw it earlier and was like, perhaps I should put these somewhere. And I was like, no, because then I'll be blamed.
You'll be blamed anyway.
Yep. Brad's workbench, before I forget, I have not found any square nails. I have been looking. And I went to my cool cheap place and they didn't have any. I have not been downstairs underneath the house, but I will look again. I did find other cool things at the cheap place.
Oh, well, Brad says, I've got a bunch of old tools that have been upgraded over the years if your boy wants them.
Wow.
He's got headphones. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I told them, so he recently started buying tools for himself, not just for the bike, for some other stuff. And I told him if they start really investing in tools, I'd buy them a small toolbox, like one of those Craftsman ones you see for like $100 or something. What about you? No, you get away from me because you want my big green one.
I do.
Yeah.
I really do.
Stay away.
Yeah.
Xlab says he bought the Hitachi 4-piece set last night because the bear said so. But Best Buy, I believe, screwed up on the price for that. Yeah, I saw it. Like, I think within half an hour of me posting that, they shut down the sale on those binoculars. They got slammed. Bear, just wondering, how do you display the Big Bad Bear in all your videos?
Magic.
Pizza, usually. He works for pizza. The Blind Rabbit, how's it going, man? Evanton says, if you want something 3D printed, I could print something and send it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I do have a 3D printer. It's in storage right now. What?
You do? Still?
Yeah.
Oh.
I sold the other ones. I had multiple ones.
That's right. I put it in storage. Hopefully I know where
I put it in storage. I know exactly.
Okay. I'll let you have that one.
Yeah. Do you recommend aftermarket off-brand batteries for tools? For DeWalt's, I do. For definitely. For Makita's, for everyone else, I don't know. It's depends on how. Like if I had an older tool, especially if it was an off-warranty tool, I would definitely consider going with an off-brand warranty or a third-party kind of stuff. And for those of you who like to be really frugal, like the video I'm talking about doing is like buying used tools off of eBay and from pawn shops and stuff like that. because you're not going to come with a warranty. And at that point, you're outside the warranty. So why not, and especially with the DeWalt's, considering the price of the DeWalt battery is so high for what you get, why not go with the third-party knockoff batteries at that point?
Hey, Atomic Zombie 22.
Atomic Zombie in the house. Spot welder. Thank you, Easy Border. That's exactly what I was trying to think of, the word I was looking for.
Yes.
Cubs are really testing the bear every single day. Oh, we got Tool Hacker with the $10 holler. Go.
3, 2, 1. Thank you so much. We
Is
really
it over?
appreciate it.
Is it done? I can come back.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got your paws on any of the Harbor Freight Links 40? I haven't played around with any of that stuff. I'm sorry. The Charles says I bought a battery for my pressure washer from Batteries Plus. Good Lord, it's expensive. For a pressure washer, I would imagine. More buffering. Sorry about that. Lewis says, totally missed the Cubette.
Oh, she's here.
Cubette.
Princess Ellie.
Hello.
There she is. You look damp.
I am down.
And stylish.
Yeah.
Did you change it to something dry? Is that what
Yes.
that's about?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were all out biking in the rain. Well, they were biking until it started raining.
And it dumped huge buckets immediately. It lightened up a little bit later, but it was just huge buckets at first.
What do you think of plastic welding?
I have done stuff like that quite a bit, and apparently the tool that Harbor Freight sells is pretty good for it. But one of my favorite things with people don't think about that you can repair plastic like that. It's basically you're melting and pushing plastic into the space and saying it's kind of like a combination between welding and Bondo kind of thing.
Brad says, what do you think about Harbor Freight excluding Central Machinery from their latest 20% off coupon?
I didn't see that. Did they really do that? They did not.
Big Dog says, thank you. Many blessings to us. I cannot tell if he was saying we made him spend a lot of money or we saved him a lot of money. Sometimes it's a combination thing.
Oh my gosh, they put Central Machinery in the 20% off coupon. That's just wrong.
Isn't it already cheap?
But it's one of the big saving graces has been that you could, on the big items, like that's the bandsaw we talked about. Hey, Brad, did you ever get that bandsaw, by the way? But like the bandsaw, the drill presses, all that stuff was that you could use the 20% off coupons, which means that's probably going to apply to the 25% off coupons. That's... I'm going to have to...
Luckily, they have an old 20% off that lasts until December. So I'm assuming that 20% off coupon from before that lasts through December doesn't call that out? Is that what he said?
No, yeah, the old ones, this is new. They just started doing it. But here's the thing. That means online that they're no longer going to accept them. And it also means that in store that you're likely to get pushback by them saying, well, it doesn't apply anymore. And hold your horses. I gotta check something real quick. So one of the easiest ways to check if you can use it on something is you go and you add something to your shopping cart on harborfreight.com. Then when you go to the shopping cart, it then will say this item is excluded. Here's something interesting. So I'm on Harbor Freight's website right now. I've added this item into the shopping cart, and it does not say that there's any exclusions on it. In fact,
why don't you enter the coupon code?
I said I'm going to try entering that coupon code in there. Oh, we're buffering. Video output low. Who's L?
Oh, sorry.
We're gonna.
Griffin?
Yeah.
Get off the computer, please. Our apologies.
Our children forgot.
They
their
know the
minds.
rule that they're not supposed to be on their computers playing online games or streaming videos and that kind of stuff. And they magically forgot. Didn't you?
We were all children once.
Speak for yourself. Anyway.
Sorry. So
all right.
We're going to get a coupon code and we're going to try this.
All right. 55. Can you write this down?
Yeah.
5558 4532.
Do you want me to read it back?
Yeah, it's
555-84-532.
Who taught you to read things back? That's not how you do it. Ow.
I'm sorry. Was that your hand? Hey.
Coupon was applied and worked online.
Woohoo!
All right.
So, do what we just did.
I'm going to guess that either this is something that somebody put in there and that they're going to apply in the future, but I think that's a loathing, or that they've accidentally put that in there and it's not supposed to be in there. Because it still works online. So
buy your stuff now.
Oh, Alan Jensen. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh my. What?
$50. I don't know what that is, but it's $1.99.
Yes. 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much. I just realized our window's open and our neighbors probably think that we're having like a shots party over here or something.
Oh, that'd be cool. Anyway, let's see here.
And we're trying to catch up.
Sorry. Brad says, ain't nothing fancy, but I'll send up whatever I can fit in a medium flat rate box for him whenever I get back home. Thank you. He would love that. And Ronald says, I feel sorry for that guy in Mississippi right now because of the hurricane. You have massive flooding problems that he's going to... Oh, jeez. Yeah, I heard about that.
You come back when you're not opening it, okay?
If you'd invested a couple years ago, you would have made money in Vegas. Top out for now. Well, we did in California. And we were in an area in California that was very similar to Vegas. We bought at the absolute bottom of the market and sold at the top. In fact, the house that we sold has been sold 3 times now for basically the same amount. Yeah. Weird. And Shadow's Edge. Hey, man. How's it going? He said, I see how Harbor Freight is starting to use your video reviews for their tools. Just saw the one for the Fortress 27-gallon compressor page. They added it on there?
That's super cool.
But I didn't actually review the tool. I just reviewed the fact that Fortress is coming out with it. That doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that?
Because you're amazing.
I am technically amazing.
That's right.
Well, the bear is.
You're just support.
I just push the buttons and hold the tools.
Shadow's Edge. Hello.
Cataman Studios. Cheers with beer.
Hey.
You were cutting out regularly.
We beat the children and had them get off the internet. So
sorry. If the bear face is that what you use presented to use as a 3D model, I could probably print it. Actually, I had somebody send me some 3D printed bears. They're in storage right now. But thank you. Lots of lag. Sorry, we got the munchkins off there. Hopefully it's better. Let me see if I can see the stream health now. Stream health says that it's green.
Yay!
So
green
hopefully it's better. Dan Ocean City. Sorry, Trucker 88's down in Ocean City, Maryland on vacation with my family, but wanted to stop by and say hello. Love the Bear and Dentals. Thank you so much.
Oh, hey, thank you.
And, sorry.
It's okay.
I'm not trying to shove you up. Let me move over here like this.
You see how it is? He's just trying to push me out of the way.
You try to take up all the spotlight.
That's right.
Brad says, no bands has yet had some other financial difficulties come up with my wife's car. No, I don't know anything about financial difficulties getting in the way of new tool purchases ever.
I don't know what you're talking about. By the way, our anniversary is coming.
Yeah, 6 months. Is Harbor ever going to have a digital micrometers in sizes larger than 1 inch? I don't know. I've not heard anything like that. And you're the first person to ask about it. So.
The Dirt Boy, yes, I'm in for Jello shots. That sounds great.
Shadow's Edge. Hello, Bear family.
Hello.
Hey, Dan. How's it going? Hey, who wants to see something really cool? We got an old friend visiting us today.
Oh yes.
Sit back so I don't whack you in the face.
Whatever.
Dun, dun, dun. It's the drone.
He was found.
It's the wandering
It's
drone.
found. So, for those of you who don't know, I was flying this out in the, what was it? Beartooth Wilderness.
At Zorka.
Was it the Abzorka?
No,
I thought it was the Beartooth.
No, just curious.
What do you mean? We can talk about our wilderness here. It's a family-friendly channel.
They're going to go on forever about the wilderness. They were in the wilderness.
We were in the middle of nowhere. Hi, Foxy. And we were flying now. It was about 20, 30 feet off the ground. But I was way, way out. And I lost signal and the drone just disappeared. And my assumption was that it had flown into a tree. but we couldn't figure out why we were not be able to get signal or anything. We walked around and looked for it. It had gone into a tree, hit just right. The battery pack had popped out and was on the ground. And some friends who owned the land found it about a week later. And the propellers were in perfect shape. But I'm going to pull this up to the microphone here real quick. Let me get the pop filter out of the way.
Oh, my goodness.
So this is what a regular rotor should sound like. Real smooth. The two rotors on the sides that hit the tree, well, not that one. You can, I don't know if you can hear it. They're real gritty, and there's some definitely, you can hear there's some parts moving around. So luckily we've got the warranty on that, so that will be going back to China, and a new one will be coming shortly.
Yes.
But I don't know if it'll be here in time to get any really good videos.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a link to the Harbor Freight Fortress. Let me see here. It is. They put my video that's nothing more than saying, hey, this thing's coming out, but it doesn't actually show the tool. That's so weird.
Super cool.
By the way, if you haven't seen, there's a sale price out on that, and the sale coupon price, which we were wondering, is $3.99. So $400 is the current coupon sale price. I'd still like to see it down at $3.79, but maybe it'll happen. It came home. It did.
Yes.
The Ricky is barking at Elle's dog.
Aww. That's super cute.
This?
Trekker 88 just broke the news to their teenagers that you are the bear. Hearts are broken.
What?
I don't know what that means. He's also married, but
There's a lot of sad women out there because of that. A couple sad guys.
all mine. Ricky
Also,
was barking at Foxy.
Foxy is a fox, but it's okay.
okay.
He could be known as
Ricky
a dog.
can still bark.
He could be like a white husky.
Ricky could howl at it.
Oh, don't start. The neighborhood dogs around here love to howl.
And Bella cannot figure out howling. Like, she doesn't understand. She's
why?
like,
What are they
she
doing?
just comes and looks at me. She's like, Mom, they're making that weird noise again. I don't know why.
She only barks and growls, but she does not howl. I know.
Oh, and I forgot to say, I meant to say this before, but for the, it was, what was it, the $2, the first donation of the night was it Chaka, and Chaka won the Montana bear sticker for first donation of the night.
And it's wood. It's a very cool sticker.
Yes. We're not telling people what the different things are for the stickers, but I will tell you this: for the top donation of the night, when a Bearwise T-Rex, you're already getting in there. When a Bearwise playing card deck, and it has all sorts of bear facts on it, genuine right from Montana,
to keep you very safe.
We also have another tiny Montana wood sticker, and a larger. It looks like a air freshener, but it's not. It's a larger wood bear sticker there.
I did think you'd lost your mind. I'm like, why is he buying air fresheners? I'm like, our car's gonna smell like a bear. But we still have to ring.
Oh, yes, we do.
Yes. 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
What's up? Oh, okay.
You are.
You can pull your chair over if you want. Anyway, Dick says all he hears is digital micrometers are very accurate. I have heard that too. In fact, I've heard people comparing them to the ones off the tool trucks that say they're right in the same, level of accuracy.
Have a good night, Johnny.
Con Ed reports 50,000 without power.
Yes.
That's harsh.
Johnny, have a good night. It says Cox working in the area for a week now. Internet keeps going in and out. Yes, we have had
We've been there.
The same problem with Cox.
We had that problem in Vegas one week.
Yep. 6-inch digital are good enough for my woodworking and reloading needs. Well,
daughter Ross says something there.
I'd be a mean family member and tell you not to open the package until next week. We can wait. We can wait.
We like to open stuff live on the air.
Yes. Yeah, we could totally open it next week. That's totally fine. I cannot speak English. It's a lovely hat you're wearing.
Thank you.
It's like a fascinator. It's like you're in Europe and you're at a wedding. That's what they call those things that aren't really hats.
Why would you know that? Are you in Europe at many weddings without telling me?
Dad,
yeah, actually, the royal family invited me.
So gorgeous.
But there was like a bear situation where we couldn't get the visa, so we couldn't attend.
Governor Cuomo calling up the National Guard. I don't want to think about that.
Oh, Vegas Vince. We totally understand. Have a great weekend. He's running 7 a.m. mass tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by, though. I know you're East Coast time right now, so. Daughter Russ says, only problem is I'll be at a campground and not guaranteed to have service.
Aww. Well, I have to say that
And
I think
we're
it's
buffering.
great that I'm glad that you were going out and enjoying your summer because, that's important. So we totally understand, and we will wait until next week to open it. And if you're there, awesome.
Since our stream health is good, it might not be on our side. It might be a Saturday night on YouTube thing. I don't know. The Viper 3C, greetings to the Bear family, aircraft mechanic in Oklahoma.
Cool.
And John says there's a lot more without power down there in the Southland. I bet there is. Next weekend. So you'll have to check the announcements to see because we might not be on the air next weekend.
Okay.
Right?
We'll keep you updated.
Aren't you going to be doing something? Then I've got to.
I think I'm doing
I might be
something
going down to
this week.
Idaho next weekend.
Okay.
I don't know. Everything's real tentative right now.
Yes.
We'll know by Tuesday or Wednesday whether I'll be running down to Idaho.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to be amazing.
I could try to do something from the road. That didn't work out so well last time.
Oh my gosh.
What the snot are you doing back there? Oh my gosh.
Well, part of the reason it was hard to do from the road, though, was also where you were. Because, anyways, we will keep you updated as soon as we know more, which is kind of as soon as we can tell you.
Louis Burmester says, sorry, Barry, but I think I'm sticking to agenda-free TV for tonight. I'm not sure what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Is the buffering that bad or something?
Viper 3C says, loves our channel. Had so much rain this year, they're going to build an ark.
Yep. Steve asked, I still made Delta table saw. I'm thinking of picking one up, and what are your thoughts? I think if you can get one at a good price, they are a no-brainer. They're probably the best, easy-to-find table saw that you can get. I don't have mine, and I only sold it because we were moving, and it's kind of my what?
You like that saw?
I love that saw. It's my favorite saw. It is. Yeah, it's my favorite saw that I've owned, and I've owned some really nice saws.
Can you hear us all going? You mean the Delta one, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But I sold it just because I need to change up tools so I can tell you guys what's good and what's bad, and I don't have room for a lot of saws. At that time when I had that, I had 3 table saws in my shop, and you really couldn't move around.
You should have just put them all into a line. Very long table saw then.
Very long table saw.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was.
Shadow's Edge says he has an idea for making something for us, but he's just figuring out. So cool. Thank you so much.
And so anyway, I just forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, I saw Diet Coke and I was like, woo! Sorry, drink break. Hey, let's take a moment real quick here to say thank you to all of our mods out here. Shadow's Edge. Anybody see you here with the blue wrench here? Shadow's Edge. Brad's Workbench. Madbig. You're not even on here.
So you can't talk.
Zaphiel. I knew I'd seen some. Was Joe here? Was Joe here and I missed him?
No, I was just saying other mods.
Anyway, they're all creators in their own right, and they're all creators in their own rights, and most of them on YouTube. Some of them, some other places. I know Audubon Dan's mostly over on Instagram and stuff. But, we like to support other creators. So, give them check out one of their videos. Maybe give them a thumbs up just to say thanks for being a mod. And consider subscribing and ringing the bell.
Yep. And also, if you yourself are, have your own channel or would like to share something with us, definitely do. We are, you don't have to be a mod to share your channel or your knowledge. Everybody is important. But we really appreciate our mods. They are amazing.
Hey, a real quick comment. Walt was making some points here about digital calibers and how much you need something for. He says 1/64 of an inch is good for woodworking and 0.01 for reloading. That's the thing. A lot of people get caught up in how accurate something is, and they're doing woodworking. And I'm not a serious woodworker, but I've worked with wood enough, and I've been a carpenter. And you can talk to some of the other people. I know Brad gets into some more serious kind of woodworking. Some of the others do. Hey, Joe Smith's in the house, lurking down there. Hey, Joe.
Hey, what's for supper?
Anyway, you don't need the same level of accuracy you do for working with wood like you do for metal and some other stuff. So take into account what you're using the tool for to be sure of whether how much accuracy you really need.
Oh no.
What's wrong?
Joe Dibro says, relaxing on the deck, plugged into the stereo, and I may have had it up too loud after the last donation bell and the woohoo set the cows off mooing next door. Love it. I love it. And sorry about your allergies, Joe Smith. We are all having allergies here.
Yeah.
We are all taking allergy meds every morning. And Rail9222, yes, I love Montana too. So Montana's amazing. If you don't get a chance to get here, look it up on YouTube. I know that there's at least a walking tour of Livingston. There's the channel whose name totally eludes me right now that was in the bus. They live out of a bus.
I forgot that it was. They went through Livingston. They did some stuff.
Yeah. So. Not right now.
You Build It, We Destroy It says, listening on the drive home, got 2.5 states to go. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Almost there. Safe. Any advice on 10-inch table saw for home projects? I need to do a video on this because people need to, they need to understand the choice about what you're getting and what you're losing when you choose something like a worksite saw, like say the Harbor Freight one, the new one, which is great, versus a traditional shop saw. And for home projects, if you were going to set up and you have the space for one, get a hybrid shop saw, something with a cast iron top. It's a world of difference. I mean, the Hercules saw and the saws like it, they do a great job for what they're meant for, but they're meant for being portable and being able to carry to and from job sites. But you give up stability, and stability is the number one thing you want in a table saw. Well, not number one. It's up there, though.
So we're still a little unclear as to if we're having streaming issues or if other people are having streaming issues. My daughter's currently trying to whisper in my ear right now.
Our stream health says green, but lots of people are having problems, so I don't know what to say.
But other people are saying that they're not. So we are so sorry, and we hope that it sorts itself out. Rodney is saying that he got home late. He was helping his mom move stuff, and apparently asked you how sore you were.
I can only imagine. I hate
very
moving.
Sore. And Walt says there's a discussion about fractions, etc. And says old school woodworkers are trained in fractions, and if a 64th is too much, just a couple of passes with sandpaper will fix it.
Yep. And, that's what they often say, which is, cut close, sand to the line. It's a lot easier to take stuff off a little bit at a time with like I say, a belt sander or something.
DR Falcon said, I saw a gal this morning jogging, pushing her baby, walking the dog, and had a smoke in her hand. Welcome to Tennessee. Yeah.
Ron Smith says the weather itself can be messy with your signal sending it to the mountains when lightning. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Brad said, I'm back. Did I miss? Did the bear call the president of Harbor Freight yet?
Yes. Actually, we gave him your number, and he'll be calling you shortly.
Where's the bear?
In the kitchen.
Griffin, go get the bear.
All right.
And then can you bring me a sparkling water, please?
Until I get Mr. Bear.
Okay. Oh yes, I forgot.
Yes.
About
Dun
this.
dun dun.
So we were thinking about the whole thing with with a joke with he's gonna turn me into a rug or something, and we were at some little what do you call it? It was a gas station or something, and they had these guys up there. So I don't know. What do you think? Do we look alike?
Good likeness. Yes. I think it's the eyes.
I don't know.
Yep.
Maybe we should start giving these away. Large enough donation, you get a free bear head. What do you think?
$100 donation. 100. Not 100 bears. One bear.
One bear.
Yeah. The
Daughter of Ra, I would totally be happy to do the bedtime diaper change.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. We have a friend of ours who actually just had a baby yesterday, and I cannot wait to snuggle her little nugget.
Brad's Works said, did you see the old Craftsman table saw I found for free on Marketplace? It's in rough shape, but I think it's going to clean up. I did see that, actually. And that's going to be a great project. I thought I sent you something about that.
You know what they say about free? Free is for me.
Yeah. That's my price point.
Yep.
Dick says that's true, but it's not like it's going to cost a lot more to get measuring tools that can measure accurately to the .001 range.
I think it's all about what you're comfortable with.
Shadow says 2.5 states back east is a shorter trip than it is out west.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yes.
Utah just seems to go on forever.
Yes.
And
Yep, that's me.
You're the diaper change. Yeah. That's all you. John says the feed is cutting in and out a bit. It's just me, really. I just talk like that. How's the big green box holding up? It's been holding up great. We're storing them outside because we don't have a garage here, and I had a tarp over them, but the wind blew them off, and I came back. I had to run a quick errand. It came back, and it was totally soaked. So we'll see what it's like on the inside.
Yep.
Ronald Smith says, another alternative idea for your living place, you might want to look into a tiny home. Just get a small place and just put a smitty bit shed on there and turn it into your house. They have a lot of issues. Here's the problem. So we're living in Vegas. In Vegas, there's no edge of Vegas, or I should say, it doesn't diffuse like a lot of cities do. A lot of cities, when you get to the edge, they just kind of trail off, and in Vegas, it just stops. So you're either in Vegas or you're not. And Vegas has some really harsh rules about what you can live in inside city limits. And the place we stayed before is called, what is it? What's that park called? Oasis. And they've got, it's a beautiful place. They've got 2 pools. One of them's adult only. Hot tubs. They've got an 18-hole putting golf course, a gym, all sorts of. It's literally a tiny resort kind of thing for people who live in RVs. And there's a lot of people there who do live year, 2, 3 years at a time. And as I said, we did stay there before. We liked it a lot. And the other thing that I haven't really mentioned is that we kind of have another house in Vegas, and or at least access to a house. So. And the garage. So I'd probably be using the shop there if we went this route. So,
yep.
Anyway.
Rodney took his mom to Harbor Freight today and taught her the cardinal rule of using a coupon to get your free items. She got the flip light switch.
Good choice.
Good job.
Mr. Doughboy in the house. How's it going, man? And William Logan. Williams. Hey. DR Fox says, I got the 4-inch tool tray. I think I have 30 things in it. Make great gifts.
Oh, he's got 30 of them, so he gives them out as gifts.
The 4-inch, the magnetic tool tray. Yes.
I was just thinking of something to do with that. Remember I said, couldn't we use that for something? Something in an RV thinking or something? I don't know. Yes, I think so. Yeah, you saw something on Pinterest. She's been all over Pinterest with creative storage ideas. What are your thoughts on the Syntec battery charger for $149? Are
Is that the big one, the with the rolly wheels and stuff? Because at $149, that's a great price.
I love how you guys all say hello to each other. That's
Best
great.
coupon app is up and working on Harbor Freight website again. Ooh. The bear has a face. No, the bear takes off on Saturday nights. I know we sound a lot alike, but that's just when you live with somebody long enough. So he gets Saturday nights off.
I thought you were talking about me for a second. I'm like, what?
Elkfist, $2. Cowbell coming in 3, 2, 1.
Thank you.
Is it over?
Yes.
All right. And downside to a tiny house is place to park that's not trailer park with trash, and you need big gas guzzlers to move it. It's, I don't know. Well, the trailer we're looking at is one of these. They have these new ultralights, and you can move it with a half-ton pickup truck. So,
yep.
Yeah, we're not looking to get like a mobile home kind of thing, because what we'd like to do is then have it for use up here when we come up for the summer. We'd bring it with us. It'd be an expansion for the house because the house here is kind of small. And then we want to get some property and be able to take it out and go hunting and stuff out of it, use it as a hunting cabin and fishing.
Really hunting?
Steve needs friends.
Oh my gosh, forgot about Steve. So Sal paid $14 for a rigid table and compound miter saw, both on the side of the road.
Nice.
I was going to scrap for the metal. All they needed were new brushes. People throw the oddest things away. You know, they really, really do. And that's, I see that every weekend when I go to a really cool thrift store where things are $0.25, or like today where things were $1.
How much was that flatbed scanner you got?
$1.
She got a practically new HP bed scanner with the lighted back, and it can do slides and night for $1.
Yep.
Unreal.
Camera. I got a camera for $1.
An old Canon AE1 with a 200mm zoom. It's in great shape.
And 2 other...
I don't shoot film anymore, but...
lenses and...
Oh, did it have 2 lenses with it?
No, it has 3 lenses. On there, and then there's 2 other lenses. And then it has the flash, like the old school.
Yeah, I know.
And it comes with the original 1980 owner's manual. So I have all of it.
Yeah, back when I first got into photography, I had to get a Pentax K1000. I wanted the Canon AE1, but that was out of my price range at the time.
I have no idea what I had, but I loved the photography class in high school.
You've been really helpful. I just wanted to show a little appreciation of the way you can actually use. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys who support the channel.
Did you see Jim Grady's response?
No.
He has access to another house in Indianapolis, but the last 2 times the owners have caught me there, they called the cops. Nice.
Codeology, $2. You're missing up your cowbell.
I am.
Babies.
I'm trying to
Come
write
on,
things.
Cowbell it up.
3, 2, 1. Woo! Who needs hearing?
Ring my bell. We went to so we're in Butte. There was a shop, not thrift store really, but an antique store, and they were getting rid of a bunch of stuff, and they had some old school bells, and the oldest bear went to pick one up, and it was about a 12-inch bell, cast bronze. He went to pick it up, and he reached in and it didn't move. He was like,
yeah.
Is it glued? What's going on?
There were some really cool things there.
I could have spent so much money there.
I know. My favorite stuff, they had a whole bunch of like really old mining stuff. Like the lantern.
Yes.
That's
bullseye lantern.
Yes. And they had a bunch of other stuff. Obviously, there's a lot of mining in Butte.
Butte is a huge mining town.
Yeah.
There's still mining towers there. There's a giant strip mine outside of town now.
Yeah. And they also had some really cool things from a long time ago when you would open a bank account as a kid. They would have little incentives, and they would have these little piggy banks. And so there were lots of like tin ones and metal ones, and I totally think those are amazing. And I'm sad that banks no longer do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rebauer asks, "Are you a contractor?" No, I'm not in the trades anymore. I'm retired. it's a long story, but these days I do I can't talk. I'm an author. I sell books on Amazon, and I do YouTube, and that's what we do. And I also do. I guess I do some contract work every once in a while in the as a management in the tech industry. So, William says I have a rather small house, pretty big detached garage, about 20 acres. See, that's about what I want.
Yeah.
Clay Fisher says, Fresh Hour says, thank you so much for making the video about the 52-inch tool cabinet from Home Depot. Would have cost me $400 each if I picked it up in the store. Got 2 delivered for $350 online.
Yay!
Nice deal. Aubreykin, hey Aubrey, says I found a KitchenAid mixer in the trash the other day. Classic Plus. Not even the lowest end one. Just needs more thorough cleaning and a bowl.
Yep.
I years ago picked up not just the professional. Well, the difference is if you know the KitchenAid mixers, they're the one that the top pivots, and then there's the one where it cranks the bowl up and down. And that's the higher end professional one. I got the commercial version of the professional one that has the higher end motor in it, and I paid $25 at a flea market for it, and I didn't need anything more than getting fixed up, cleaned up, pulled it apart, cleaned everything up, and it ran great for years and years.
Good night, Joe Devereaux.
Night. The
house in Montana being kind of small is a slight understatement, but it was very comfortable. Yes,
Yeah.
Our house is very small. I was surprised when I actually looked at the square footage.
Yeah,
but...
it was built in 1890 or 1889, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's got 1.5 foot thick walls, hand built out of hand-hewn river stone. So, you don't build big houses like that. You build houses that last, though.
William Logan says I have a ton of stuff that I need to pitch out, just clutter, and I'll need a big roll off. Oh yes, a roll off to put it in. Yes, I have dreams about that sometimes. I'm like, let's just get a big thing and check it all. And William, I totally understand. And Brad says that he likes to look through I look for people like you online. I love rummaging through other people's junk.
Yep.
It's true. I always feel like, that saying that somebody else's trash is somebody else's treasure. And it's so true because they can appreciate it.
Oh, I hate going to the landfill or to the dump because it's so hard not to try and leave with more stuff than you came with. That's a bad thing to do.
It's just a swap, really.
Yeah. Lambda says she's got DSLR sitting in a bag on the shelf because the smartphone is just way more easy and way more convenient. It is. It really is. I either use that or I think it's in the truck. I've got a little cube camera from GoPro that you press one button, starts recording, press another button, ends. It gets the lighting right every time. It's always in focus. It works great.
That wall behind you looks a little empty. Being up in Montana, wouldn't one of those soon-to-be-out Yukon cabinets fit the theme? Why, yes. Yes, it would.
We've been talking about... So the walls here used to have a bunch of art on them, local artists kind of stuff. And we had to take it down because we repainted all these walls and skimmed a bunch of the plaster and stuff. And we just got into putting stuff up on the walls. In fact, the Steve we mentioned earlier was here. Hope I don't make you all sick. I'll show you Steve if you guys haven't met him. That's Steve. Say hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, what's up?
Hopefully you get some pronghorn cousins for him to hang out with.
Eleanor did a drawing.
Oh, wow. Look at
And
that.
if you go down, there's a little bear in the corner.
I see that he's dabbing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're really getting a good style
Good
there,
job.
though.
That looks great, Ellie Bell.
Codyology says, in my top 5 favorite channels. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
$150 each. Wow. I have a ton of stuff I need to pitch out. Just clutter. Yeah, it's like that. Our basement here is like that.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you
All
know exactly
treasures.
what I'm. Whoa! Oh,
Oh, my goodness.
hello from an old Elkhorn grad close to Millard. Oh,
3, 2, 1. Hey! And for William Logan, Here's
Aw.
to ridding yourself of clutter. Cheers.
Thank
you so
you.
much. 3, 2, 1. Close your ears.
Close my ears. Did you say close my ears?
Yes. I hope that motivated some cows.
All right, hold on. Let me catch up here. You're right about that half-ton towable trailer. Winnebago came out with an excellent one a couple years ago. Reviews say that's the best one. Yeah, probably Winnebagos are expensive. Not as bad as Airstream. We looked at Airstream, $100,000. These people, it's the Gucci purse of trailers. There's no room in those things. They're tiny as hell. But I'm going to spend $100,000 in one. Sure.
Are you talking about the Airstream?
Yes.
Yes.
Dick says, need to put a nice muzzle-loading shotgun up there. Something like the Pedersen double barrels you can get at Cabela's. In the other room, I got 2 bolt-action shotguns. I'm not going to shoot them, but... Daughter Raw. Okay, change your plans. Open package then. Follow instructions. You can show you what you do the next time you see you guys. We'll try and save it for the weekend if that comes up. If not, we will videotape it for you, okay?
Yes.
Sal says, first car, 1970 Ranchero Country Squire with 351 Cleveland.
Yeah.
Wow. My first car was a 73 Chevy Vega. And the rust was holding it together. Paid $300 for it.
Yep. A number of people are talking to William Logan because he's posted stuff for several months on Craigslist and hasn't gotten any responses. And a number of people I think are saying that maybe try some other different ways to sell it, like
Let It Go,
offer up,
Facebook Marketplace.
I
was just so the older Cub and I were just having this conversation just the other day. Remember that?
Yep.
And he's like, "Why don't people use this?" And what we found in certain areas, people use different sales things. Like in Vegas, it's Facebook Marketplace. There is stuff on Craigslist, but if you want to really find all the stuff, it's on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. Offer up and Let Go also are good there, but yeah.
But Craigslist is kind of really hit or miss. In the Central Valley, in California, San Francisco, it was always Craigslist. Nothing else but Craigslist. And then up here, it's kind of Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist for some things.
Yeah, I think Craigslist tends to be larger things like cars and stuff like that. But
household
I'm sure
items.
We would have friends who could tell us more. but yeah, like it really depends on where you are geographically. Some people, whether it's the demographics, young, old, whatever, that just tend to flock towards one more than the other. So. Yes, Walt says garage sales start on Thursdays out in my part of California. Now, here's the question, Walt. Do you have them on Sundays? Because we noticed we had them on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, but almost never on Sundays. Whereas most other places like here, Saturday and Sunday is pretty normal.
But we moved from the Bay Area where it was mostly Saturday, Sunday, maybe Friday, but mostly Saturday and Sunday. And we got to the Central Valley and we noticed all the garage sales were going on Thursday. And by Saturday, they were pretty much done. You'd see Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Yankee Cantrell says, just got work, glad to catch you. Welcome to the den. Brett says, hello again, Bear Family. A buddy of mine just told me about Koken tools. Do they have a warranty? Website doesn't say anything. I'm not familiar with Koken.
Do they mean TikTok?
Maybe. Did you mean Tecton? I don't know.
We'll look into it.
I'll look into Koken tools. Brad's workbench. You're just sitting there. Look at that. Got any old hand tools? Any planes? That Brad, that shop we were talking about, the one in Butte, had a beautiful old hand plane, and I was going to take a picture of it and send it to you until I noticed that they wanted $2,500 for it. So I decided not to send you a picture of that.
Just might make you sad.
Echo Belkin, hello Bear, king of all trades. And Sal Cushio, Steve should have stayed home that night. Yes, he should have. It was not a good night for Steve.
Aww.
Airstreams are very light campers. I think back in the day they used to be one of the lighter ones because they were designed for like towing with, the family vehicle and stuff like that. But these days they've really, the technology they use into lighting these things up is really ridiculous. Matt says, "Oh, cute." He's talking about you, El. Cute drawing. You guys can't pick, but she's my favorite. Then the dog, then the bear. Sorry those that lost. Better luck next year. Oh.
Hey, we can't all be winners.
You're not in the video, so you can't. We can't. You don't. If you don't buy a ticket, you can't. You can't win. The bear doesn't come around because the bell is scaring him away.
That's right.
I don't doubt him.
Or, as some local bears here, he might be out hot wiring cars.
Yeah. 95. That's actually a true story.
Yeah.
Didn't actually hotwire the car. But
No, he butt shifted it and then took the car for a ride and then
downhill,
and then peeled open the car to get out.
Yeah, freaked out and peeled open the car.
Yep.
Bad day to be a car owner.
Yep.
Walt says 95 puppy climb in my lap. She will. She really will.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, she thinks she's like a teacup Labrador. Landon says, I plan on buying one of those GoPro sessions to use as a dash cam on my bike in the next few weeks. Too funny.
You should look into that before you do. If you want to use it as a dash cam, because
on their bike.
Yes, even though it's on your bike, they get real hot if you leave them on for a long time, and they only have half an hour battery time. Now, if that'll work for you, great. But I just want to give you a heads up on that. William says, I'm just going to top pitch them all. Tired of hauling them around for the last 20 years and not using them. I know that feeling.
William, I think Brad really wants to take a look. So email him pictures.
Brad will be over tomorrow.
Yes.
Shadow's Edge says, my first car was a 73 Datsun 610.
Mine was a 79 Datsun something.
610.
I don't know. It was like held together by rust and had the steering wheel on the wrong side.
Yeah, that's what you get for buying a car in Australia.
Well, it was a great car, and it was $300 Australian.
Wait, why didn't you just get a, what do you call it, laser?
It was the boxy looking one.
Yeah.
No, it had like a boxy butt. I know cars don't have butts, but you know what I mean.
Maybe was it the 2 something? Wasn't the 240?
Well, those are 73 and 74. Mine was later. So, but he was talking about his. Mine was a 79.
No. I thought it was like that, but
Nope.
All right. Anyway, it was a cheap Datsun.
Yep. It was amazing.
Sal says Facebook Marketplace rocks. Yep. I'm glad it works for you. Every person I deal on there is like, you're selling something for like $5,000. They go, I got $5.03. Take it or leave it.
Shadow's Edge. Daughter of Ra said Steve wants to know why we named our buck friend after him.
You got to see the movie The Tao of Steve, and they do this philosophy there about like the ultimate like guy is based off of Steve McQueen, or all these high profile leading men in a lot of movies were called Steve, and so they have this idea that the top like imaginary alpha male is Steve, and the buck here, he's a big buck, and he's also in rut, so he's trying to be, you can tell that when you saw it, the throat area is all puffed out and stuff, so he's trying to be the Steve.
Codyology said, I bought a large amount of tools from an old NASCAR pit crew guy. Officially own a couple Snap-ons now.
Woo!
Cool.
Yeah, I have a couple too. Paid way too much for them.
Town-wide sale this weekend in Bennington. But tomorrow's left at short notice.
Walt Lars says first car was a 63 International Harvester Sidestep 400 cubic. Oh my gosh. There's a guy on the edge of town, man. I want to be able to do a walkthrough of his little private junkyard over there. He's got some great International Harvester stuff.
Oh my gosh. There's some stuff in the auctions too. There were some pretty cool ones.
And Aubrey says some places use local pickup only listings on eBay. That's true. I forget about that.
Yeah.
I actually have bought some stuff that way. For those of you unfamiliar, there's a huge difference between NorCal and SoCal, almost to a point that Cal should be split in two.
Yep.
I think it should be done. I think they're talking about a three-way split.
Yes.
North, South, and Central. And the Brad says, I'm always on the hunt. Wait, so I love a garage sale, literally, but bring out here in the woods and country. Yeah, I know there are some places where you just can't do. Even here, we did a garage sale last year, and it was pretty much a complete waste of time except for about half an hour. And for about half an hour, everybody in town showed up all at once, and it was crazy. And everyone wanted to talk to me, and they're all upset that I wouldn't talk just to them, and they wanted to dicker on every little single thing. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And no one bought anything.
Although I will say that I went on a walking tour this week of Livingston, which is amazing. The Yellowstone Gateway Museum has them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And one of the people on the tour said, "Hey, I remember that. You had a garage sale last year, didn't you?" And I was like, yes, I did.
Too funny.
And then I was like, oh, that was kind of interesting. So, but yes, they did remember that we had a garage sale. Get the Vibe says, hello, can I please do one caramel macchiato with double cream layer? Alrighty.
The Rally says that the bell needs to be replaced with something less invasive. That's why we try to give you the countdown so you can cover your ears or mute or something.
Shadow's Edge said he was thinking air horn. Yeah.
Landon says we couldn't be further apart and be in the same state. That is so true. I mean, in the Central Valley is just, it's not like the North. It's not like the coast. It's not like the South. It's like actually more like out here than it is like anything else. Walt says he's got a Rottweiler, 95 pounds, 18 months old. Oh, it's just a little puppy.
Yeah.
Dick saw an AMC AMX at Walmart today. I'm a big fan of the old AMX. That's a beautiful muscle car, man. First car was 85 Chevy Celebrity. Oh. And Scorpion says his first car was a 70 Camaro. Nobody likes you, Scorpion.
Somebody else had a Mazda GLC hatchback.
Ooh.
Which,
very sexy.
Every time I see Mazda, I think of how they say it overseas. Because Mazda. I was like, what is a Mazda? And then they all look at you insane, and then they have commercials, and they say Mazda. And I'm like, these people are lost.
Walt had a 4x4 that Steve McQueen owned with an 81 302 4-speed. Elkfist had a 79.
Is that an International Harvester Scout?
Yep.
Rusted away to nothing, but powerful and capable 4x4.
Yeah, Rust would eat those things alive.
I like trucks.
She doesn't know anything about them, but she likes them.
They're big. They drive over stuff.
I wish I'd gotten a picture of that one the other day that was outside of the auction house. It was like, think of like a 4-door Ford F550.
Oh, yeah.
Made in the 60s. And it was all done in a matte black, kind of rat rod style. It was a beast. But it was we only saw it from about a block away, and I didn't get a chance to get a picture of it.
I liked the one, I think it was during the parade.
Yeah. Where
there was a really, really big truck, and it was like, girls like to get dirty too, and it was like
the girl was driving it with the exhaust blowers through the hood.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's adorable when you are at the gas station, this really huge, like, dirty, muddy truck, or sometimes it's super blinged out, but ginormous, and then this little tiny girl gets out with, like, blinged out big hair.
Rodney says his first car was a 67 Chevy Impala SS. It ran decently. One of my dad's best friends wrecked it while he was in boot camp.
Oh. That's not good.
Oh, I like this. Rebauer says, in your opinion, do you think Milwaukee could do well with an M18 camping gear line, electric skill? Boy, I don't know if they could, but Ryobi could probably kick butt with it. As big as you think Milwaukee is, Ryobi's selling way more. Ryby is one of the top selling lines out there because it's lower priced. There's more people who use power tools who are just like DIYers and homeowners than there are people who are looking at serious tradesmen or high-level prosumer DIYers. But I think somebody could make a killing doing something like that. That's for sure. But I mean, you're not gonna see it as like backpacking, but you'd see it in the car camping kind of world.
Mm-hmm.
And that is car camping, van camping is becoming a huge thing. It's becoming massive.
Yep. It should be split into 4: North, South, Central, and Rainbow Francisco.
Yeah. Even the Bay Area could get split up because San Francisco and a few other areas like Marin are very liberal, whereas the South and the East sides are not. But they get overwhelmed.
I think the East is still pretty.
You think Berkeley is?
Yes.
The rest of Oakland, not so much.
No, I think Oakland is.
Yeah, you would think that.
He's confused.
I actually talked to people.
It's okay. You're from Iowa. It's okay.
Donna Ross says, young one here. Mine was a 2000 Ford Taurus. Never drove it. Still don't have a license. That kills me.
Wait, you don't have a license now? I didn't get my license until I was very much an adult. I could drink before I got my license.
I think adult is a strong term.
Okay. Legally, I was defined as an adult. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Wait. If you like trucks, you'd love my wife's truck. It's a 2000 F250 7.3 Power Stroke 4x4 manual transmission.
Mal Hannibal says, my first car was a Pinto wagon. Thank goodness you're still with us. Brett says his first car was a 1990 Plymouth Acclaim, nicknamed it Pappy. Ral had a 55 Chevy. Whew.
Wow.
Since you're in Montana, you missed out on storming Area 51. How did that go? I'd love to hear.
I didn't think it actually happened.
I'd love to hear what actually.
They were just getting ready. Mount Hannibal. Is it Mount? Or yeah. My first car was a Pinto wagon.
Oh yes, I just read that.
Oh.
But thanks for catching up.
You're welcome. Did you do the 74 Ford Gran Torino Elite?
No, we just saw a Gran Torino on a flatbed. We were down in Big Sky, and in fact, where we got the little bear head over there. That was pretty awesome. I love the Gran Torinos.
Makita could do with a hot plate to complement the coffee maker.
Oh yeah, you could do some bacon on it, and not catch the barbecue on fire.
So we had a little fire incident at the house today.
I'm on the phone. She's outside. Now I did bacon on the grill.
It was amazing.
About a month ago. It tasted great, but it caught on fire because we don't have the right skillet for it. So we're just using aluminum foil on it with the bacon on it. The grease eventually comes off the edge.
Basically, it's a Molotov cocktail.
Molotov?
Molotov cocktail.
No, it's a grease fire.
Yeah. And let's just say that I don't like to make bacon anyways, but I was trying to make bacon for someone that I love because I made some keto cheesecake blintzes and I was trying to make bacon.
They were delicious.
Yes.
Needed bacon.
Yes. Well, you could have had it. It just would have been very carcinogenic.
I'm just going to say, by the third time, I'm on a business phone call, but the third time she runs in, I realize, okay, I've got to go. And I have to tell the person, I'm sorry, I have to go. My wife set the barbecue on fire. And then all I hear on the other end of the line is, oh, call me back. And I go out there and we're going to be repainting the barbecue.
All I can say is that I have many talents, and today I learned that I can catch a barbecue on fire. I would like to point out I turned the gas off, so nothing exploded.
The best part was I walked out with a pair of tongs, flipped it up, grabbed the tinfoils out, pulled it out, threw it on the ground, stomped in it, walked back in the house. She was pissed at me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, you know how we could have avoided this? If you had made the bacon.
I was on the phone. You could have waited.
Moral of the story, I will not be making bacon again. And we need to repaint the barbecue.
We're transmitting live from Area 51 right now. Now I'm actually up here hanging out with the Sasquatches. You know,
That's right.
when we're not down in Vegas hanging out with the aliens, we're up here hanging out with the Squatch.
Squatch.
Ronald Smith says, remember the AMC Javelin? I do. I'm actually a big AMC fan. I remember the AMC Eagle. I had neighbors who had one as a kid. I thought it was awesome. Have you seen Explorer Steve's new video on the micro camper? No, but I got the notification just before I got here, and it's queued up on my list. I'm actually going to watch it after this. Steve does some great stuff. If you haven't checked out Explorer Steve, you need to check him out.
Hey, Audubon Dan.
Audubon Dan in the house. We gave him a shout out earlier. Yet again, as you see all the blue wrenches there, those are our mods. Be sure to like them, and yes, MT equals Montana. Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
That's what I thought, and then I thought I was wrong.
I thought maybe it was mountain handlebar, like he was a mountain biker or something.
Yeah, he was not on the phone with the fire department. Although I do have a funny story about that. My grandfather was a plumber, and he happened to be at the fire department doing something, and he heard his home address come out across the fire department announcer radio dispatch, and he beat the fire truck home. And yes, that was one of my relatives playing with matches had lit the house on fire. Or at least part of it.
Let's talk about the flashback you had today.
Yeah. So, really long time ago, in the same house.
She grew up in this house.
Yeah. I was making a bagel. And when you're a child and don't know any better, you put the butter on the bagel in
Before
the toaster.
You toast it?
And so, again, that starts a fire. To which I was trying to get my dad's attention while he was on the phone.
And wouldn't get off the phone to come.
And he wouldn't get off the phone. And finally, I had to yell that the kitchen was on fire. It wasn't on fire, but the toaster oven was, which was in the kitchen. So, yeah. I did have a moment of flashbackedness today, thinking, he won't get off the phone and it's on fire. So, yeah.
Did you feel about this tall again?
Yeah. It was super awesome, especially because I was like, if I light the truck on fire, he's really not going to...
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh.
How did I not see this?
I think it just popped up.
Did it just pop up?
I'm not sure if you meant to do that much.
Alan Jensen, $49.99.
3, 2, 1. Is that so I don't make bacon again? Thank you so much, Alan. That was... super amazing. Sorry, our dog just tried to walk through a wall. Thank you.
Well, I think with that, Alan wins the bear.
Oh, yes. I will make note of that.
So email us at red@red-beard.com your email address, your mailing address, or whomever you'd like us to mail the bear cards to. We'll send you out that.
Yeah.
Along with, and we should also send a postcard.
Yes, we'll also send a postcard. I'm going to make a note so that I remember to follow up.
I know we jumped past some comments here. Let me catch up with those real quick. So Gunnar had a 66 Chevy Malibu, 2-door, 283 under the hood, 3 on the tree. Man, I haven't driven one of those in a long time.
Yes.
Alberkin says if you leave a Pop-Tart in the toaster for long enough, it will make a foot-long fire.
See? I'm not the only person
There's
that
sugar
likes
in it. I can see that.
Fire.
Turn it into a torch.
The oven is probably the best place to do bacon, but I have been up. I have really bad insomnia, so I was a little tired.
Carson says, when will the Bauer come out with a fan? That's a good question. I'll ping my friends over there and see if they can let me know. Grizz had a Ford Fairlane ragtop with 49. Oh, that's a nice car. Nice car. Sorry, I got to adjust my chair here. I'm a big fan of the old Fairlanes, much less a ragtop. I'm a convertible guy from way back. Now, I've had a couple convertibles. I'm also a Jeep fan, so soft tops are in my blood, as it were. The winters up here in Vermont are brutal with salt on the roads in the winter. That was one of the things. So I was out there looking at a bunch of these wrecking yards and stuff, and the cars are in such great shape with maybe just a little bit of surface rust. And I asked some people why that is. Why? I thought I heard the front door. Why the cars aren't more rusted? And they explained it's because they don't use salt out here. And I should have known that growing up in the Midwest, because in a lot of areas of the Midwest they give up on salt because it rusts cars. And at a certain point, it stays cold so long that the salt stops working. So they use sand. And apparently out here, the way it was explained to me is it gets so cold so fast, it just snows and locks the cars in a block of ice. and they just stay there until spring, and they thaw, and then there's no salt or anything corrosive on them. They seems to last because these cars are in great shape.
Autobahn Dan said, I looked everywhere for the LED light switches at Harbor Freight today. They were under the counter in the front.
I'm not surprised.
Yes, I know you can microwave bacon, but
it's not as good. I gotta say, the barbecue bacon was really good.
It was really good.
Which is why she was trying to do it.
Yes.
The AMC Pacer. Yeah, we won't talk about the Pacer. The bear is cousin of Smokey the Bear. We don't talk about Smokey. Smokey's the black bear of the family. He's a sellout corporate America. He's going to work for the government. We're not big fans. I don't talk to him when we go to the annual picnics and stuff. There's a big bear. Hey, big bear.
Hey, big bear.
Oh, Dad, I'm playing on a geological map. It's the whole world on Minecraft.
Oh, jeez.
Awesome.
Jim walked into the gun range today, told the guy, your mulch is smoking out front. The owner asked where. I saw it because last year the mulch burst into flames, something to do with the chemicals.
I've heard of that happening.
That's not good.
And I've actually seen mulch smoke. A lot of times it has to do with just the mulch decomposing and building up heat. And that can actually happen. Scorpion says he always cooks bacon in the oven. You normally do too, don't you?
I have, normally what I do is I put like a rack inside of a dish and cook it that way.
Tom 27's with the 99-cent holler there.
Thank you. 3, 2, 1. Our neighbors are gonna hate us.
Dad, set the kitchen on fire. Dad, go away, kid. You're bothering me. Never too many buckets. And daughter Russ says no, she does not have a driver's license. We need to get her out here. We'll put her on that Polaris. Let her tool around the mountains. That'll be fun. William says my second car was a 69 Olds 98 with a 455 Rocket 4-door. It was a beast, I bet. Ronnie says I had a 74 Javelin again. Didn't run great, but it looked great. Copper metal metal flake. Oh, that sounds awesome. And Gravis had a 69 Chrysler Newport convertible. Had it for 25 years. Wow, let me make sure I didn't miss anything else back here.
Something about a rifle range.
Now you can buy a fire extinguisher. Oh, look at that. I think we got one around here, actually.
Well, that was my thought.
I don't think it's the right kind for grease, though.
No.
Also, they dumped old black powder on rifle range, figuring it would...
The rain would render it safe. Oops.
Oh, that's bad. Somebody fired a black powder, and the whole range flashed over and scared the other shooter. I bet it did. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man. Oh, Sal said one of his kids' favorite meals, burn the house down chicken. It almost happened. You know about that, don't you?
Yeah. When I was 14, I set my kitchen on fire.
Yep. Yours was much more dramatic.
Yeah. Gunner 1236 says Smokey is a government employee. Yeah, he is.
That's right.
Sal says I installed one of those LEDs in my workshop last week. Love it. Like the surface of the sun. It's so bright. They are. They're super bright lights.
Yes.
Aubrey says I cook bacon to collect grease for my bike chain.
Yes.
That's not a good idea to do out here.
When I was growing up,
you get chased by a bear.
No kidding. I would put it in a coffee can and you keep it under your sink. And it's one of those things that you just grow up doing and you're not really sure what you're supposed to do with it. I mean, my mother, I know that. My mother did, but I just was like, I don't know why we do it, but we do it.
Yeah, when we first met, she used a smoke detector as a timer.
That joke is so old.
Last time you heard it fell off your dinosaur?
Inaccurate.
Yeah, because she just didn't cook.
Yes.
Flame broiled bacon. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be the smallest donation. But remember, Joe, every little bit helps. It does.
That's right.
And he did it in the $9.99 or $9.99, so it's the off.
Tom 27. If you send me your email, I will send you a postcard.
There you
go. For the smallest donation.
Cody Ellis said, I wish the shop light was linkable to the Home Depot ones. That would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if you guys have seen the tech bench, the metal workbench that Harbor Freight has, I was actually able to mod one of those lights to fit up in there. And it really puts out a lot of light on that little table. It's great.
Honey, you need to get a flamethrower.
Oh, to cook that bacon instead of a barbecue fire. There you go. Then the grease just adds to it.
Type K version. Yes, Shadow's Edge. Thank you. We need a new
fire
extinguisher here, so yeah.
Loads of people around here have tricked out Jeep Wranglers. You see a bunch of those around here. We get an interesting crowd. So you have the hardcore off-roaders. You've got the guys who you just have to have a decent 4x4 to get around. You have the people who want to act like they're country but really aren't. You have the people who are really country and have real 4x4s. Then you got the people who are like the hikers and the outdoor mountain sport types. They're either kayakers or hikers or mountain bikers or rock climbers. They usually have, instead of the Wranglers, they usually have like those Sprinter vans converted or something like that. And then you got the fishermen who pull in their drift boat stuff with a big 4x4, but usually that's like a Range Rover or something snooty.
So Walt, I love it. His first driving job was at 14. Move the cursor off what I'm reading. Was at 14 hauling grain 7 miles into town. Couldn't figure out why everyone was out on their porch. Gramps had called them to keep an eye on me. That's right. That's right. We need to be taught to have a job and have somebody keeping an eye on you. Or all the somebodies.
Jim says that's how I cook. Put whatever it is in the oven or on the stone, and when the smoke detector goes off, it's done.
Yes. And then Scal says, so when the timer's off, you call Papa John's.
That's what we did last night.
I didn't burn anything last night.
Yeah, right. First driving jet. Oh, that's one you just read. I saw one last year with no doors, orange, furry interior, and huge American flag trailing behind it. There you go. Gunner, smoked bacon. My mom used to make popcorn with bacon grease. Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Rather than using butter. I want to save up my pension and buy a Sherp off-road. Deanna, is it really marshy and swampy where you are? Those things, they're so stubby. I bet they're fun to drive, though.
Daughter of Rot, yes. Yes, it is time to make bearskin rug. Mm-hmm. Yep.
We'll have to go hunt and get you one.
Mm-hmm.
Roddy says, I'm a safe bear. I don't cook, therefore I don't cause fires. Yeah. I have little room to talk because I don't really cook much anymore. I think the barbecue I did when I did the bacon was the last time I cooked since we've been here and the first time in months.
Yep.
I do order out fairly well. I take you out to nice dinners.
So somebody was saying they were having trouble with our website. Couldn't load looking for information on their wood chipper.
I think he meant maybe their website. Is our website load? Yeah. The Predator wood chipper or the electric wood chipper? I've heard a lot of things about. Basically, from what I've heard is if you use them for what they're for, like the Predator one is a beast and does a really great job. The electric one is for small limbs and brush and stuff like that, and it does fine for that. But a lot of people have tried to push something heavier through it and have had problems. Matt says, my brothers would have contests of whose fire could touch the ceiling in the basement. They were 6 and 7. Oh my gosh. Sal says, Father put diesel on a brush fire, didn't light it because it rained. 2 weeks later, I went out to light it up, and the ring fire was bigger than I could leap.
Oh.
Leg hair gone for 15 years.
Ouch.
Just use thermite to cook with. There you go. It's really hard on the pans, though. Audubon Dan mentions that the new socket rails are fully stocked at his Harbor Freight. Unlike the Hercules stuff. Brian says his Harbor Freight had a full selection of tools today, as well as the colored accessories for the toolboxes. Clay says you should get a Foreman grill. You can. Also, his first car was a 74 Beetle.
I love Foreman grills.
We had one for years, and then we went from the Foreman to the...
Cuisinart?
Was it Cuisinart?
Mm-hmm.
It was more of a... It would open flat, so you could use it as a griddle, besides just using it as a press, like panini style. It was. I actually really liked it.
Oh, the Predator gas power wood chipper website would not load.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, anything with the Predator name on it I've heard great things about.
Codeology, deep fried ribs or where it's at.
I've heard of those. I've never had them.
Plain, not battered. Interesting.
Echo says he ordered my book off Amazon. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. General tool color accessories are hit or miss, Brian. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, I guess you mean whether they have them in stock. Popcorn with bacon grease. That's worth breaking my keto diet for.
Mm-hmm.
Is popcorn not keto? I guess it's carby, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Have you heard anything about the P3410 Ryobi grease gun? They released all the new tools besides this one so far. I have not heard anything about that. Let's see here. Supposed to have the bacon grease for making biscuits and the gravy for just a tad for the grits. Oh, biscuits sounds
Yummy
good.
grits. So you can have biscuits and the gravy. I like grits.
Carson's Exploring Channel says the small 200-mile-per-hour blower came out for the Bauer tools. Did it really?
Hey, Ellie Bell.
Yeah.
I was wondering about if that thing was coming out soon.
Rodney saying, since the other picture is in Vegas, could you draw him something else, like something related to Livingston?
Yeah.
Like maybe the house or fishing or something Livingston related.
Hey, wow, check this out. I'm on Harbor Freight's website right now, and I'm looking at the new tools stuff that's out, and they've got a new
A new arm.
A new 80 amp inverter arc welder for Chicago Electric. I haven't seen anything new on the CE. Well, we were wondering about that little lunch pail size inverter welder that they were phasing out. It was in the clearance section, but that's on there. That's new. And they got the new Fortress 5-gallon, the 27-gallon, and they've got two of the new Spectrum gravity-fed guns, the Black Widows that were in the recent flyer. Let me see. Oh, yep, there it is. The new Bauer 200 Bauer power MPH. How about there you go? Cordless compact workshop blower. Tool only $50. I need to get my paws on that thing and see what that's like. Oh! I've been looking all over this because people said it was in the recent flyer. I did find my flyer, and now it's gone AWOL again. Hold on, I'm sliding off here. What are you doing back there? No. What?
I need my PC trigger.
No, too late.
What?
No, sorry. Not during the live stream. I'm not playing with my electrical. Sorry, guys.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This is even bigger than all those. Let me see if I can put it on the stream here. Where's my Alt tab not working? All right. Bear with me. So we're going to add a window capture on here. Come on. Where is it?
Don't look at me, I can do it. Do we need to have every
Boom. Wait. There it is. Come on. Am I pressing the wrong button? Why is this working? Oh, there. We'll just do this. I don't know why that's not working like that. It's supposed to work. Anyway, we're spending too much time playing with that. The new Bauer portable clamping workstation. This is their version of a jaw horse at $120. Now, I've got the actual Rockwell jaw horse, so I'm going to have to get one of these to put it up against it. But just eyeballing it here, it looks pretty similar. The locking mechanism looks about the same. It's got, that's interesting, it's got a little handle on the front. I wonder what that's for. And it's got a little lever down there. Otherwise, the rest of it, it's under the Franklin brand. I like that it has the regular flat feet, not the little kind of weird oblong feet the other one has.
Sorry.
Ow.
Knees are overrated.
Folds up.
Sorry.
It does not have the little wheel like the Franklin was, but I gotta be honest, that wheel is a joke. They have a good carrying handle more than anything else. Not saying that this one does, but if you're going to do that, that's the way it would go. This is something I know a lot of people have been waiting on, and at $120, can't wait to see what the sale price on that's going to be. Here we go. Cowbell. Fred Hill, $1.99. Good evening. 3, 2, 1. He set the dog off. She gets very excited.
She's like, I don't know what we're doing. But we're doing
All right, let me catch up on these comments real quick.
Have a good night, Jim.
Donna Ross says everyone keeps talking about bacon. Someone's going to have to bring me some.
Yep.
Audubon Dan mentions the new socket rails are pricey. We're going to have to wait for some coupons on those. And Gravis said, this is the first time you've not seen me as a cartoon. No, this is actually the Bears reel. This is all animated. We do that special for Saturday nights. Gunner, George is signing off. Bedtime on the right coast. Night, Gunner.
Have a good night.
Sorry if we missed you. Carson says, do you know if Bauer will be coming out with a multi-charger? Moving on. Roadrunner says, join late. Any comments on Hercules? Hercules is awesome, and they're not going away. They're just changing the mold. New arc welder. It was a one of those tiny lunchbox 80 amp stick welders from Chicago Electric. It was like $150, something like that.
Hey, Al, Shadow's Edge suggested that you draw a picture of a bear wearing conductor's uniform driving a train.
Idiocracy comments, I'm confused. The new welder says it's 225 amp welder with a 200 amp electrode holder. I'll be honest, I'm really not up to date on that one, so I'll have to take a look at it. But hi.
Says when marketing and specifications collide.
Yeah.
Can I miss with you next one?
Dead Tools, will the Bauer Recip come out in stores this month? I don't know for sure on the Bauer Recip. I was supposed to be getting my paws on it. I need to ping them about it, see what's going on. DR Falcon says his first car was a 57 Hillman Minx.
Apparently we went offline for a brief moment.
Really? Probably because people were messing around with my power down there. Duncan, out.
I found it. No, I know exactly which one it is.
I don't want you playing with it right now.
I'm not playing
Bear.
with it.
Bear. I love you, but no. Let's see here. Ta-da. Yep, it says our stream is still healthy, so hopefully most people will still be getting it. DR Falcon says it was an okay car until it rained. And Eco says, I noticed today that the Harbor Freight coupon excludes Predator as I tried to get that wood chipper. Yeah, all the stuff that has Predator on it, all the way up to the backhoe, is excluded by that. Carson, you can take that however you want, but I'm not going to talk about it. Any idea of a fan like the Milwaukee ones that are battery powered? Yeah, they're coming out with one for the Bauer line for sure. And I thought I saw a picture for the Hercules line as well. Are they going under? They're not. No, William. They're changing the mold to make Hercules look less like the DeWalt or a knockoff of a current power tool. This is my guess. I mean, I know for sure they're not going away, and that they're being pulled for remolding purposes. And my guess is to make them look more distinctly Harbor Freight's own design. The mischievous Cubs, yes.
Yes, they are.
And Aberkin says, I need a socket rail on your impact wrench to keep more on it. Like, that's not a half bad idea. Matt, hey, says hey to the Bear family.
Oh yeah, the bit. Sorry, I'm just catching up. The bit or screw keeper.
Tool Hacker says, if I purchase the Herc miter saw, will I be able to get parts if needed? I don't know. I'll be honest. The parts for Harbor Freight knows that parts are an issue and that they need to fix that problem, and they're working on it. I'm hoping in the next year or two that won't be an issue. Until then, though, it does come with a 1-year warranty, so you just bring it back and they totally replace it. You can buy an extended warranty for not much. At that point, you don't need parts. You just swap out a whole new machine.
Aubrey, yes. A tip that you learned the hard way. Trail mix with chocolate is only for cold weather. That is true. That's right.
Oh, yeah, because otherwise you end up with sludge. What's their Lux line of batteries, operated pole saw, and other tools? These new? Lux. I don't know what that is. I know they had the what's it called? I always forget what it's called. The black and yellow, the 40-volt ones. And my Alt-Tab key has stopped working for some reason.
It's because I'm sitting outside.
Oh, I know why. Because my keyboard's dead.
We didn't mess with the electrical.
You
It's USB.
plugged into my USB hub, which plugs into a power socket, and my
Which
USB hub is
explains
dead.
why my phone has not been charging this whole time.
Do you want me to go down?
No, I don't want you anywhere near it.
I can fix it.
Oh, yeah, I can tell. You fixed my computer just fine already.
Mm-hmm. This was all my plan.
Yes.
Do you want me to go down? Fix
Nope.
it? Okay.
This was the whole reason I didn't want you going down there.
I thought I was losing my mind.
Lynx.
I didn't touch anything that
Lynx
was-
is what he meant, and Lynx they've been around for a while. I've not had a chance to play with them yet. Sorry, we're having technical Cub-inspired difficulties. You can fix it. You can also break it worse. The Idiocracy says, yesterday we purchased an item that wasn't qualified for the 20% off coupon. However, the cashier told us if we purchased a warranty, she would give us the discount. Gotta like stuff like that. I gotta say, there's lots of stories. I've run into a lot of situations where the cashier or manager has worked a deal, and that's one of the reasons why I like going to Harbor Freight. Shazad said, I copy and pasted the email you gave me in chat directly. Awesome. Dead Tools, you can tell our ages by the first car we just talked about. Yeah, it was kind of telling. Sal says, made pliers racks from coated wire dish. I've seen that because, I mean, that's a lot of people are selling stuff like that. And it just looks like a wire rack out of hello, sweetheart. You've been holding out on me.
I'm hot.
You've always got.
No.
Speaking of
No.
chocolate, you should put this in the freezer. I broke a tooth on it. Peanut butter Snickers. You should read the next one.
Which one?
I don't know.
I heard tinkling.
Yeah, that's our children.
Oh, bite.
I just talked to a diehard Snap-on guy. He even likes the cordless Snap-on over the Milwaukee cordless. Scal.
That's what we call a fanboy.
interrupt this broadcast for a little family discipline. Yep. Mama Bear is dying. It is really hot for me here, which is hilarious because it's really not that hot. But
It's not the heat, it's the humidity.
yeah,
They're used to that desert.
I do not do humidity. Even when I was like a kid, I would go back east and think I was in the hot place for sure. Can I help you?
Are you eating my snack?
No, this is mine.
Just put that over there.
Oh no. Echo Belkin, I only chocolate I have is Girl Scout cookies. Is it the Thin Mint ones? Because those are
We'll
pretty
be
good.
over.
Yeah. Although, I do have to say, if you run out of Girl Scout cookie, Thin Mints, whatever, the 99-cent store has a version that is very close.
They're not terrible.
Not the same, but in the middle of the year when you don't have any Girl Scout cookies, there's nothing to give you. Bye-bye.
Garbage.
What? Your first car was a Tesla Model X?
Ah!
How?
No, not happening.
I'd love to have one of those. we'd lift it, make it roll coal.
Nice. Oh my gosh. Remember that guy, the neighbor down on Chinook?
Mm-hmm.
The calendar? No. Whatever that one that isn't Chinook. I love you. You're not having any chocolate.
No, not chocolate. Can I have the lemon heads?
What lemon heads?
There's a 1 pound bag of lemon heads.
A 1 pound bag?
1 pound.
Bring it here. I want to see this.
I think it's from the 99-cent store.
I'm like, where did you get lemon heads?
48 boxes? Oh my gosh. You have 48 boxes in your... Daughter of Ra, he has Girl Scout cookies. I'm just saying you guys might
Holy
wanna
cow.
exchange info.
We should change our donation thing from money to Girl Scout cookies. Holy cow, you do.
It's a berry awesome.
Oh, the berry awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you got birthday brownies still. Dad
Hey,
abuse.
Duncan. He's a little protective of his homemade
His mom sent him.
brownies.
And-
They were really good.
And Mom, if you're out there, he says thank you so much and thank you for the happy. Oh, that's
And
so
she sent
sweet.
gluten-free ones
Yeah.
for the family that is gluten-free.
Help
So
feed the bears.
I saw
Fred
that.
Hill. Let her
Fred
in.
Hill.
Hold on.
3, 2.
Oh, girl, what?
Okay, but don't do it next to Dad's ear. You have to do it this way.
No, you can do it right there. Do it right there.
Woo!
Thank you.
Easter candy in the fridge.
Is crying. This is all chocolate, dog.
Don't move to Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a good friend from Georgia, and I've been down there in the summer, and whew.
Mama, can I have some?
Yes. Oh my god. I thought that bear he was carrying was his brownie, and I was like, you are not going to eat that whole brownie.
Dale says, love that bear fam. Y'all look vacationed. Thanks for being you. Thank you so much. Because I think he's talking about you because you're looking a little red up in there and over there. And
Yeah, I got
You
a
got some
bit
sun.
of sun this week.
when I first met her, she was pale as a ghost and hated going out and being outside. Now she's outside and outdoorsy all the time. It's awesome.
Yeah. Echo.
You look better
So,
with some sun on you.
thank you.
Are you sure you don't want a little bit?
I put
No.
my niece in Girl Scouts and also part troop leader of her troop. Needless to say, she always makes her cookie goal as my wallet becomes lighter. Well, that is really awesome.
I got to use the facilities. You
Okay.
take over for a little bit.
Yay.
Oh,
Okay. Whoa. I think
sorry.
there
Here,
is
you can have a seat.
a Mothra in my ear.
Oh, too many chairs.
Matt, where are you? You said that it feels like the armpit of Satan here right now.
Oh.
Alright,
my
I've
gosh.
taken over the stream. My stream now. We're gonna switch to gaming.
No. Daughter of Ra. Okay, I have not been to an Aldi. I have heard about Aldi for years. I've never been, so I'm hoping I make it. But apparently, there's a dead ringer clone for Girl Scout cookies if we want them in bulk.
It's Japanese, I
What's,
think.
what's Japanese?
That.
You know what? When Jeff comes back, he will know.
Oh,
'Cause
he's
you-
Korean. He said it.
No, it says Japanese.
Hi, I am Korean.
Ah, okay. Codeology Keebler grasshopper cookies are made in the same factory. Really? I was unawares. There's bear jerky on sale. Where?
Matt sent us a postcard. Thanks, Matt.
Oh, cool. Thank you so much. Aldi has great prices on
Night,
their own
Sal.
brands. Good night. Time to set up a small bear trap near the electrical hub in the wall. Yes, that's right. And look, it's a Harbor Freight vacuum coming to suck our children out of their seat.
I just wanted to point out, if you saw the video, this is how much we like this thing. This is how it stays in the configuration around the house. This is now the dust buster, if you will, for the house. We love it.
Zaphiel, so make sure to bring 25 cents to Aldi. Is that for the shopping carts?
Oh, he does?
Carson's Exploring Channel says, can you mail me some cookies? I think that he's talking to you, Echo.
Mm-mm.
Not
He's
talking to
talking
me.
to us.
No, it says, can you mail me some cookies?
And tools.
We don't have any cookies. Stop eating all of that. You're gonna have a stomach ache.
I know.
Duncan. For reals.
Mm-hmm.
I need a swamp crawler. Yes, that's right. Oh my gosh.
That's nice.
Just joined. Did you all talk about the white U.S. General fight? We did not this week, and we didn't last week, but the week before we did. Scout, all I know for sure is if cookies come to my house, I'll be introduced to a glass of milk. You know what? I really think that we should have a cookie exchange program.
Oh, Rodney,
So-
that sounds fun.
We could mail cookies to each other. Rodney says, when I was in the Marines, we picked up our sergeant's Honda Civic early 70s. He was not happy and threatened us. You picked it up. I see. That's pretty funny. Aldi is the Harbor Freight of grocery stores. I've heard amazing things, and I do a lot of couponing, and there are a lot of couponing matchup sites for Aldi.
This brownie's pretty good, guys.
Yes. Don't talk with your mouth full. $1 worth of change. Well, if anyone knows me, I generally have a lot of change because change makes me really happy. Like, Jeff could sell one of the children for $10,000 and I would be excited about 65 cents.
I'm definitely worth more.
Yes.
At least 67.
Oh, buffalo jerky. That'd be cool. Thank you, Shadow's Edge. Aldi
I like
meat
elk
tested.
jerky.
Aldi meat tested positive for horse meat. I also think that McDonald's did back in the day. So Echo, I don't know how we're gonna make this cookie exchange situation happen. Actually, tonight when I went to the local grocery store, or not grocery store, the local what do you call it? Like a gas station. I was trying to find. Okay. Just say goodbye to this chat. Really? Lights you on fire. He just colded me with his soda. Anyways, I was trying to find something like cool and unique that's like a food thing. Like, what do you call those? The Idaho spud things that you can only get in Utah and Idaho. It's like a chocolate peanut thing. Anyways.
Chocolate peanut thing?
Kind of like a Buckeye.
Yeah, kind of. So I was trying to think of something like that would be
Regional.
And the only thing I could think of was huckleberry stuff. If you cold me again, I will throw the cowbell at your head. Yeah.
You shouldn't.
And so I would totally love to do. I suggested we do a cookie exchange.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
As I was saying, become the new Bitcoin.
Okay. We're not ASMRing right now.
So what was the thing you're waiting for me to come back?
Oh, it was about Korean. It was.
Hi, I am Korean.
Korean food?
No.
Says hi, I am Korean, and says
Japanese or
Korean. And so he was saying he thinks that this person, Duncan was saying he thinks this person is Korean.
Yes.
And the other person. Yes, thank you. I'm explaining to Dad. Because now he's 13, he knows everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how I did it before.
It's that crust you see?
Yeah.
I'm trying to fix a piece of your hair.
Mhm.
Definitely.
So what else do we have going on?
When I was Marines, I picked up
Yes.
all the Honda Civic.
Yes.
Watch the stream. When you get back to Vegas, make sure to the buffalo jerky.
Yes. Daughter of Ra loves to count change. Again, she's like my sister from another mother. Duncan Earl. Enough. Aldi has confirmed horse meat has been found in its withdrawn beef. Okay. I didn't think that we had.
Well, it's not like they make
Horse.
it. They get it from a source, and sometimes sources try to cut corners.
Okay, let's talk about IKEA meatballs. Those really
Those are
good.
amazing.
Oh yeah.
The veggie meatballs are even good too.
No, they're not.
You don't know because you never tried them.
Veggie meatballs are a lie.
Carson's Exploring Channel says check all of your dollars. If they have a star at the end of the serial number, they can possibly be valuable.
We'll have to look into that.
We'll have to check it out.
May I pay to see a thrown cowbell at Bear's journey? Oh,
Yes.
Which one?
Yes, you
which
can-
bear?
Well,
For large enough donations.
yeah, sure. That would be.
I can duck.
How about this? $20, and then say four oldest child bear.
Right. So they pay me $20, and I hit you with a cowbell. Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, you got to work that one out. So Carson's Exploring Channel, I will check that out. If you want cheap meat, you got to go to a local market. That is true.
Yes.
Cheap fish, you need to go to an Asian market. Although with Asian markets, sometimes I worry about like mercury levels and stuff. But I'll be honest, I don't eat a lot of fish.
If you want everything, go to San Francisco.
Okay.
Cheap fish get in the river.
Yeah. The only meats I purchase at Wally World are chicken and pork. The beef there is all select grade at best. Okay. Oh, Rodney, I see now why the sergeant was mad, because you turned his car sideways between two other cars.
Ooh,
Yep.
That'll do it.
Yep. Carson's Exploring Channel just made Buckeyes, and somebody else said, Elka says he loves frozen Buckeyes.
We
Yep.
made frozen Buckeyes for Randall.
Yep.
Yes, you did. And they were really good.
They were amazing.
Local markets have expensive box foods, but usually cheap fresh stuff and some exotic items for less. I will say with any kind of like expensive food or organic food or hard to find food that is shelf stable. So like, you know what shelf stable food is. Places like Ross and TJ Maxx are great places to look if you are on a budget and trying to maybe eat slightly better quality stuff, cheaper. Brushless Tools, Harbor Freight, making it happen. Roadrunner 2.
They're working on brushless tools. I think it's going to be some time before they come out, though.
Jeremy said, so what is the official soda there at the Den?
Well, it depends on who you're asking. I'm a Coke Zero drinker.
Sprite,
It's
Fanta.
because he is lost. He's lost in the world. He's going to cold me.
Hi.
Okay. Too loud. We're going to scare some people. Anyways, I'm having grapefruit flavored sparkling water. Yes, I hear you. I'm showing them. And then I also drink Diet Coke.
I only drink Sprite and water.
And
I drink
sugar.
everything.
I'm sugar.
Codeology was at the international market today. No, thank you.
Who was?
Codeology.
Oh, cool.
Whoa, that sounds
And T-bone was $3.99 a pound.
Woo!
Wow.
Pricey.
Yes. Walt says great steaks at Aldi, $3.99, very tender. Daughter of Ross said, of course, all this candy, junk food is killing my blood. Talk is killing my blood sugar. Sorry.
Roadrunner drinks Coke Zero too, Dad.
Yay!
You guys.
Oh, and Tool Hacker.
Scal 92253 says, I miss Fremont Street. I'm so sorry. Fremont Street is a fun place to
People
go.
watch.
Yes. That's what I love to do there. Tool Hacker says, love Coke Zero sugar
Right there.
as well.
Come here, buddy. Come on. Hi.
Oh.
Come here. Come here.
Echo says, I live in the Buckeye State and was raised on them. My mom would threaten me with her wooden spoon. Yeah, I think most moms
Eat,
had.
child, eat.
That's
Who's a good
not
hound?
what she was threatening.
Who's a good hound?
She was threatening to hit him with the wooden spoon.
Because he was trying to steal them.
Codeology is drinking Mexican Coke.
Oh, that's sugary.
Jason says, hey, Bear, are the augers at Harbor Freight any good?
Are they
You know, I've never used the augers at Harbor Freight.
I don't know what an
I can't
auger
speak
is.
to them.
But if anyone else has more experience with them, please jump in. Shadow's Edge says Duncan can always get a small percentage of the super chats that involves his discipline. Only rule is he can't complain about it.
Wait, what?
You can't what?
Complain about it.
Ha! Yeah, that's never going to happen.
Cardenas Mexican, a Mexican market
not
chain with
complaining.
good meat and tortillas made on site. Yes, Walt, I
Oh.
have been to them.
What
They
does
are
that
good.
mean?
That means basically you will get a small portion of the money that somebody pays me to beat you with the bell, but you cannot complain about being beaten with said bell. Yeah.
Hey, I want money. I'll get beaten for money. I want money.
Daughter of Ross says, "Hey, Bella."
Oh, hell.
Bella, daughter of Ross, said hi.
We can get you to stay in a seat. I'll let you co-captain the...
Here, yeah, come here.
Diet
No.
Pepsi and Bacardi White Rum is what Walt. Labradog.
I'm a dark rum guy.
Bella's a
Jaffiel
chocolate.
says, "Have you been able to do any home improvement projects since you have gotten there?"
I don't think so.
We've been able to.
Yes.
Get up.
Oh,
Come on.
I'm leaving?
Yeah.
Bye, stream.
Have a great time.
So actually, I was
Let me
meaning
see
to
this
talk
way.
about this. Let me get back up here and...
Ow.
Sorry. So...
Now he's beating me for free. Holding me.
So, all of our projects we had set up for this trip were outdoor projects, and we've been in two situations. Basically, the first thing that's been holding us up has been the rain. It's been raining pretty much every day, usually 2 to 3 times a day. Comes in, rains, cats and dogs, thunder and lightning, high winds, and then goes away, and then it'll come back in 2 or 3 hours later. And it's like every time we try to do that, something happens. And then the other thing has been, to be honest, is monetary. Because we've been trying to figure out how much money we're going to need to secure a domicile in Vegas, and having to do this remotely has been a real pain. So we've been hedging our bets with investing too much in home repairs right now. We've done a bunch of little stuff, but nothing to really do videos on. A lot more with just filling out the house, with getting stuff that we needed for the house. We got a new bed for us, set up with a headboard and a footboard. It's really nice, kind of a sleigh style bed. Dealing with mattresses, we got a cruddy mattress. We need to get a new mattress. But anyway, that's really what's been holding us up. So, excuse me. So, as soon as something gets more solidified as to what our housing situation is going to be, whether we put a bunch of money down on renting a house or whether we buy a camper and go that route, then we can sit there and say, okay, we have X amount of dollars to put into the house here.
Right.
So,
Jeremy responded to Jason's question about augers.
yeah,
It was
really.
Jason. He says that he uses his commercially. You just moved it. You did something funky.
Would I move?
Oh, I use the auger commercially and beat the crud out of it. Great piece of reliable equipment. Starts every time. So that's great. I feel like there's somebody behind me. Carson's Exploring Channel used to live in Buckeye, Arizona.
Oh, wow.
Daughter of Ra, I am not sure how I do not have a bearskin rug yet. I think that
Because I'm so
should
cute.
be put up for sainthood. I'm just saying.
It's because she doesn't know how to operate YouTube, so.
I do know how to operate a grill, or at least light it on fire.
No, you don't.
Whatever.
Hold on here.
We could have used one of the toolboxes for a headboard. That's right, William.
The rooms here are kind of small. There was something I'd seen somebody else. Of course, Bacardi in a big coffee tumbler as camouflage. There you go.
Yes.
For those wanting to really get the bear's attention, you need to put at the Den of Tools. It needs to be out there. Thank you, Shadow's Edge. You're right. That's how it shows up in orange, as you can see down here on the screen down there. All the orange ones is where they wrote at the Den of Tools. Scrubbing says sugar-free sodas use equal as a sweetener equals made from polyethylene amino acids and methanol poison. Yeah, I see a lot of people doing that kind of back of the napkin kind of chemical analysis kind of stuff, saying this is a poison, that's a poison. When you combine stuff, often one item neutralizes another, and if you've done enough with chemistry, there's a lot of stuff that we use every day that's technically a poison. Salt's a poison. Sugar itself is a poison. And so it's about anything in too many levels is. So
Carson's Exploring Channel said, I've used the Predator auger. I love it, but when you first run it, it heats up and it melts the plastic around the exhaust vent, but it will stop. So that's,
there you go.
that's like, I mean, that is like truly something that I think is important. Like, because if it was me using it, I'd be like, holy crap, I lit it on fire or melted something bad.
Again, I've lit on fire again.
Yeah. Can you tell that I'm a little traumatized about lighting things on fire? So, yeah.
Yeah. But that's one of those perfect Harbor Freight tips where, hey, this thing looks like it's going to die, but really it'll stabilize at this point and it'll be great after that. And there's the
Frost
train.
Says that she's not allowed to touch the grill. I understand that.
Roddy says, almost 24 years in Branson, never had a decent artichoke. I wish I had an auger, went back to the fence. Oh, yeah. Oh, rocky ground. Trying to dig post holes in rocky ground, especially with a regular post hole digger, man. Kank, that sound just, oh. And Auberkid says, Sears had a spend 300, get 300 back over 20 weeks. They have General, International, Emax, DeWalt saws, etc. online. It ends for a new huge sale in a couple days. I'll have to check that out.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, they do that all the time. They
Yeah.
buy this and get...
Yeah.
And then they kind of dribble the percentage back to you on it.
And Codeology says he has to watch... And I'm saying he. I actually don't know
Does
if
the
you're
train
a he.
not know we're live streaming tonight?
No.
Hey, is tonight the jazz down at the... No.
No. That's next.
Was that last week?
No, it's next week.
Next week's jazz? No, not jazz, blues.
The Summerfest.
No, at the Murray, there's a rock blues band.
You're asking the wrong chickadee.
Yeah, I like blues, so I've been looking forward to it. And I think I may have missed him.
Codeology, I have to watch the diet stuff allergic to aspartame. Wait, were you talking about the thing at Chico where they had the countdown?
No, I'm talking about at the Murray. Eco asks, here's a good one. What is the bear not allowed to touch?
The laundry.
Yeah.
Just being real.
I'm allowed
The
to
laundry.
fix the washing machine or the dryer, but doing it is a bad idea.
My change.
Yeah, well, there's that. The kitchen when you're cooking.
Yep.
I'm not allowed to go rummage for food in there.
Okay, what is that? Like, you're cooking a meal, and you're like an hour into it, and somebody comes in and has like,
I'm starving, and you started way late, and you take forever to do it. It's always delicious, of course.
Except for tonight.
The chicken wings tonight. Actually, the chicken wings were delicious. The skin was really nasty.
I don't really do chicken.
But once you get past the
but
skin, it was really good.
Anyways, so we're going to learn on those. But, I don't understand why we have to go in.
But you hadn't done chicken wings before, ever, that I'd seen.
I did them 20-something years ago when I lived overseas.
Not since you lived here.
And it was like, you pick it up and just put it in the oven. Walt says human body produces arsenic in very small amounts. No, not fatal amounts, but detectable.
Well, heck, it's in apples.
Yeah, it's in everything. It's in apple seeds.
Ronald says, my grandfather used to use the smart stick on me. It was 2x4. When I came of age, knowing everything, every time I messed up, knocked me in the head with it.
Yep.
It's a learning lesson.
William is talking to Rodney about artichokes, and I grew up in California where we have like artichoke bushes. But if I grew up somewhere where we didn't have those, don't think I would ever try them.
William asked, was that the train horn? Yes, that's the Northern Pacific, making sure you know. They cross surface streets, I think, twice in town, and they have to blow. It's mandatory. There was actually just a discussion recently on the local Facebook thread about why they blow it so long and so loud, and apparently it's a federal regulation. They have to do it.
Yes.
Handlebar says, try digging post holes in hard clay. Oh,
Ouch.
I've been there. I've done that.
Codeology says, yep, it's a he. Name is Cody, and I do radiology.
Oh,
so
cool.
That's super cool. It's kind of late at night for the horn nonsense. It isn't, because Livingston is a train town, so trains are running 24 hours.
Yeah.
And when a train comes through town, legally, this is what the whole article was about. Legally, they have to blow the horn. There are certain regulations and certain signals, and you have to be safe. So if somebody's out at 2:00 in the morning, they still do the horns and bells and whistles, because it's the law. And we have trains here all the time. So
we're here. The city's here because of the train. So.
Yeah, like literally.
Yeah. And that's a good reason he gets the couch tonight. Of course you like the blues. The Hercules blues. Nice.
Shadows Edge said he liked the Murray, especially after I found your name on the wall. Oh, yes. When Shadows Edge was visiting, there was a brand.
A ranch brand, yeah.
Yeah. They have ranch brands all over. And there was one that said Jeff. So it was really cool.
It was JEF, very stylized.
Yes. Yep. Buffalo chicken wings, too spicy for this Norwegian stomach. Well, Walt, I made an Asian sweet chili wings, which actually I had a thought about how to save it. Totally not keto. But if I make rice, I can use the sauce, and I can take the skin off the chicken and just add the chicken to the rice.
That'd be great. That would sound really good.
It will save the dish. I'm really glad you liked the Murray Shadows Edge, because it was fun. Jesse's answer, Jeff of things you cannot touch. Man, you irritate me.
Especially when she's hot. When it's hot out, I get really confused. Don't touch me.
The kids do too. I'm like, I love you, but I want to love you from afar. Shadows Edge says, I've got trains, motorcycles, and beefed up diesel trucks. I used to live right on the other side of an off-ramp, and so you can hear the big trucks downshift.
Oh yeah, the
engine
braking.
Yeah.
Engine braking.
And it'd be like, so after a while, it just kind of sounds like the ocean.
Yeah, that's it. Somebody just said, where's the bear? He's cooler. Bear gets Saturday nights off.
Yep. The only air traffic I have here are military going on station over the North Atlantic and overseas. No trains, just cars, trucks, motorcycles, hot rodded trucks. Scorpion Sunday, I'm guessing is going to go get a drink.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, you're touching me and it's hot. I love you. Go
hot.
love on
it's
Dad.
warm and humid.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, hi, Bear.
No, Joe Smith had bear spray in his hand. Aren't you hot?
No, Bear. I need my computer.
Hi, little
to
bear.
work.
Yeah, you're not
It's
getting
not
it.
happening right
I can
now.
fix everything as I
Duncan?
get it.
You know what you could do? You could read a book. I got some books from the library all about the history of Montana.
Reading.
Yeah,
Over
what I mean,
there.
It's
reading's
fundamental.
No, it's
Eleanor
not.
Roosevelt.
Reading's not fundamental.
Okay.
Because you learn more in creative and
Nope.
being creative
Nope.
in Minecraft.
Bye.
Go get a
than
book.
you would
Bye.
read it.
Bye-bye.
Handlebar says they had F-35s flying over today. You know, we could get a lot of that down in Vegas because we've got the Air Force Base down there. We got the Thunderbirds stationed down there, and of course, Area 51 just north of there.
No, it's Area 15.
Did you take wood shop or metal shop in middle school or high school?
I took woodshop and printing, and I took printing. I only did woodshop for 2 years in middle school, and starting in 7th grade, all the way through my senior year, I did printing. So I did 6 years of printing, and I did 2 years of technical drawing. And I
When you
thought,
said it, kind of sounded like you were in prison. I did 6 years of printing.
2 years at State and 1 up in Quincy, and yeah.
Okay, do not ride the dog.
And
I did.
yeah, I thought I was going to go into printing. I also like the digital, not digital, the technical drawing stuff. But I was doing that right before we were still using squares and the right angles and all that stuff, and leaded pencils back
No.
there on a drafting table.
No.
Now everything's CAD.
Nope, put it away.
But
Sorry, we had a hockey stick situation happening behind us. We had to put that away.
yeah, I really liked. Like, I know how to do movable type, lock up case, work a platen press, all the way to offset lithography, flexography, make. What are you doing? Stop riding the dog. She's
you
not.
guys think I'm making this up. Legitimately, our children are trying to ride the dog.
Jeez.
This is what happens when the computer's not happening in
Yeah.
your house.
Go, Bella. No.
Jake breaks. Yep.
Yep. Joe Smith had a bear on deck 2 falls ago. And Keeper Remington 870 voted with Buckshot just in case. Hey.
Yeah.
Um,
Matt says he's mentioned that the bear's a union bear. He gets weekends
Yes.
off where he gets double.
That's right.
It's true.
And Awake Patriot says, you guys seem like a great family.
Thank you so
you so
much.
much.
We try.
We are.
We have our faults. We're not always perfect,
I was going to say, we're...
especially when we're a bit hangry.
Yes. Yeah. But,
I had to apologize. I'll be honest. You know, you always see us trying to be on our best behavior and whatnot. I messed up and I raised my voice at the older cub today, and he was being a complete little snot to his brother and sister. And I raised my voice, and I came back. I had to come back 5 minutes later and apologize and tell him, like, what Dad said, what I said was correct. The way I said it was incorrect, and that's not the way I want to behave, and not the way I don't want him to see me behave that way.
Yeah.
And you know, of course, you know, back in my day, my grandfather, you'd never get the apologies about the way he talked to you. You just took it, and you know, I still, you know, I go back and forth. Part of me feels like they gotta get that kind of, you know, no nonsense. This is the way life is, but I also don't want to teach him that, you know, that problems should be, you know,
Griffin.
solved by raising your voice at people. Yeah, being a parent ain't easy.
Griffin. Let go of the dog.
So
Um,
Shadow's Edge said thank you. Did you read it?
Yes.
Oh.
It says, thank you again for having me up there. It was a great trip, and I hope you do it. Okay. Hi. No, thank you. Let's go have candy somewhere else. Anyways, yes, it was great to have you here, and hopefully we can do it again.
Hold on. Echo took Cisco networking in high school.
Echo, how old are you?
So I did some time in college, speaking of doing time, and I was always into computers. I taught myself as like a hobby, like tearing computers apart, building, because it's just another thing like a car or anything else to tear apart and build. And I actually ended up, I started off as a carpenter, and then in my late 30s, I moved into the tech industry and actually got recruited and flown out to California during the whole .com fiasco, boom, empire thing that was going on, and actually became a certified Cisco. I actually ended up teaching Cisco classes. And one of my regrets was that I didn't finish school with a tech degree because they didn't have networking back then. You couldn't, if you were in college for computers, you were doing it as a programmer, and I didn't want to be a programmer. So,
Yeah.
And network guys are kind of like the mechanics of you know, networks. So similar kind of mindset. Tear it apart, figure out what's work. You got a lot of hardware, a lot of software, very similar to today's cars. So.
What kind of press did you run? I have been imprinting for over 40 years.
Wow. You know, I don't remember the brand, but it was a massive platen press, motorized. And I actually became the only person in the school that the shop teacher would let run the press by himself, because he trusted me enough. And it was a beast of a machine. And I remember inking it up and cleaning it, tear downs, putting a new belt on it. It was I remember somebody had donated it to the school, but I remember it being, wow, it had to be at least 4 feet high, probably at the top of the platen. I'm guessing. This is a long time ago. And probably 4 or 5 feet deep and 3.5 feet across. And I remember, man, that thing coming out, when you get running at high speed, boom, 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 boom. And you'll reach in, pulling a sheet out, put another sheet in. You gotta have some skill running those things.
You guys need to cool it with the candy.